today. Tons of whiteboarding is going to go on today. Most of what I'm going to do today is actually whiteboarding. I'm actually going to ignore the chat today so I can stay on topic. We're going to deep dive into the avatars, get through that. I've got a bunch of other really cool things that we're going to go through today. Maybe some exit strategies. Pumped up about it. Super excited about it. Thank you guys for joining in. Whiteboard, 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 whiteboard. That is mostly what we're going to do today is whiteboard. So as you guys can see, I've got, let's see if we can get a little different camera angle over here for a second. We are going to spend more time over on that right there today. The vibe board is where I'm going to spend most of my time. I got a microphone here. So I'll stand in front of that vibe board and let you guys see what's on the vibe board. As you can see right here. See if I can turn it on. Let's test the microphone on it. How's the audio, guys? Can you hear me just fine on this one? Give me a yes in the comments. I know it doesn't sound as good. Okay, some people say it's a little soft. Let's turn it up. How about that? Is that a little bit better? Boom. All right, cool. So I will spend a lot of time right here today breaking down avatars and breaking down deals and breaking down which direction you should go. It will be a lot easier for me. This board is much larger. My iPad on my desk is actually challenging to utilize. So I'll be over here most of the day today, but I've got a special guest, somebody who is opening up my eyes, and we're going to open it up. Yesterday, a bunch of people had questions about 401ks and self-directed IRAs. So we're going to bring in one of my favorite people, Greg Herline from Horizon Trust. So guys, give me just a second. I'll bring him up. But a lot of people in the side chat, who is using Horizon Trust, by the way? Who is using Horizon Trust? Give me in the side chat, say me or I or yes. Okay, not yet. Okay, Alex says me, Aurora, me. Okay, a lot of people. There we go. Laura, thank you so much. Never heard of it. Well, you guys will hear from it today. He always does a great presentation. So we'll bring him up here in just a couple of seconds. I just wanted to make sure that the audio was clear. And I definitely know that this microphone is better. It's a much more expensive microphone and meant for podcasting and whatnot. But we'll do our best today with the other microphone too, okay? With the other microphone, we'll do great. So I will be turning off the side chat probably most of the day today, just from the standpoint I got sidetracked yesterday and it wasn't fair to everybody. I really got pulled every which direction, and that's my fault. I usually really love the side chat, but when you have new beginner people, they don't know what they don't know. And so they just ask every question that comes to mind, whether it has anything to do with what we're talking about or not. Okay. And so today we're going to stay on topic, and we're going to close the side chat down after Greg Herline leaves us. But Carly, bring Greg up here. Let's bring Greg up and give him about 30 minutes. We'll chat about a couple of fun things. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Where are you at? You in Vegas or are you in California?
Yeah, California.
Amazing. Okay, so we've had so many clients of ours, people from the Elephant Challenge, people from my Sub-2 community, go over and move money from where their money was existing over to Horizon Trust. Tell me, for the people, there's a lot of people in here. Yes, James Stevens, today is about lead generation. Just stick with us, guys. Just stick with us. Today we are going to talk about lead generation. I'm actually going to put this on the side chat. I'm going to put you guys on pause because I get sidetracked. I'm turning into like a little firefly. Guys, who in here has moved money over to Horizon Trust? Give me a me in the side chat, just so everybody that's paying attention is like, oh, cool, this is like a real thing. Alfonso says me. Aurora says me. A lot of people. Me. Cool. Love it. Will be soon. Me. Okay, a lot of people. Sebastian says, not yet. I'm looking to free myself from Vanguard. All right, cool. Let's put the side chat on pause for a little bit. So, Greg, why would what is Horizon Trust and what do you guys do?
So Horizon Trust is a trust company. It's a custodian that helps individuals who are looking to put basically their retirement funds or their old retirement accounts into whatever they want to invest in, typically real estate. I'd say 75% of my investors are looking to kind of stop the bleeding, the Vanguard, someone's a Vanguard, to stop investing in somebody else or with their financial advisor and use their funds in a way to not pay taxes and invest in a lot of the things that you teach and talk about, from wholesaling to flipping to funds. The list is almost, infinite as far as things you can invest in. But my investors are looking for it in particular because they want to use the retirement fund to invest in what they want. We aren't a company that tells you what to invest in. I'm not here to say, hey, you should invest in, my deal or we are a licensed company that allows you to move your money and invest it in what you want and not pay taxes on those gains, which is, there's a big difference, right? I mean, you and I've talked about this a little bit before, where a lot of people, we could be doing the same thing right now. And if you're doing your flipping or wholesaling inside your LLC, or you're in your name and I'm doing it inside my IRA, we can be making the same returns, but 10 years from now, I'll have double the amount than you because I'm compounding on my profits every single year.
Yeah, this is actually a really great point. So, in the last couple of months, we've had you come on, I don't know, 3 or 4 times. People continually ask me to bring you back in just little 20-minute, 30-minute sections. And over the last couple of months, we've had a lot of people move their money over to you, and then they have a decision on where they can spend their money invest their money. And then they end up investing their money in some of my projects. So I actually have a handful of Horizon Trust clients that chose on their own. Obviously, you're not directing them or you're not telling them to do any of that. That's up to their own decision, which is the point of actually going through Horizon Trust, so you can make that decision. If you guys have retirement funds right now, make an emoji if you're Horizon, you're not your Horizon, but make an emoji in the side if your trust if your retirement account is not actually growing, it's actually slowing or stagnant. Give me an emoji in the side chat. Okay. You guys have at your 9-to-5 jobs, at your career, you have these retirement accounts that are not growing. They're actually just sitting there chilling. And in some ways, inflation is just gobbling them up. If they're not growing at least 7, 8, 9% a year, inflation is just gobbling them up. So what I've got a deal right now that I just raised a couple $1,000,000 for from people that have their money in Horizon. Wow. You see, I've been teaching a lot lately. So, people that have self-directed IRAs diverted their capital into a deal that I have going on. It's a 600 unit multifamily deal. And I actually only need money for about 120 days is the length of the investment. So I'm borrowing that money at a 12% interest rate. It's interest only. And there's a couple of people that loaned me one of them loaned me $750,000 for 120 days. So because they use their self-directed, they will get, let's see, 70, what is that? They'll get a $7,500 check from me times 4 months in a row. So they get 28, 29, 30 grand. They'll make $30,000 on that. Now, when that 30 grand plus their 750 goes back into their self-directed account, how much money in taxes will they have to pay on this $30,000 gain?
Zero, no taxes. And that is definitely the point. That's like making 16 or 17% outside of an IRA. So it's no taxes. And that's the power of it.
That's the power, is being able to get involved in real estate transactions, grow your capital, bring that money in, and it grows tax-free. At what point do I get taxed? Or have I already been taxed because it's after-tax dollars I put into my self-directed? How does that work?
So depends on what kind of account you have. You'll pay taxes if you have a traditional, let's say you have a simple SEP, traditional account, a 401k with us, any one of those kind of accounts that you have with us, that means it's growing tax-free and compounding, which is great. But then when you start taking distributions, you'll pay taxes on your distributions that you make. and you can't start taking those to your 59 and a half, and you don't have to take them to your like 72 years old. That being the case, that's that type of account. I'd say, and I've got 4 slides because I'm not a big slides guy, but I'm going to show you here. I think this is about your community, so I wanted to share it with you. I would say majority of your clients, but also my real estate clients have a Roth. So they're investing in a Roth. And so now it's after tax dollars, which means their $5,000 turns into $20,000 or $50,000 or $500,000. And when you pull it out, you pay no taxes on the way out.
And so Anson Ricard says, can I move my money out of a pension to a self-directed IRA?
So that's probably one of the biggest questions I get is what kind of accounts qualify for moving into a self-directed IRA? If you have a pension or a 401k where you're currently employed right now, you can't move those. Although I know most people in the last 5 years have changed or lost jobs. And so if you have an old 401k that you're like, oh, it only has, $25,000, that you can move those. So if you have an old 401k, an old pension, or a current IRA or traditional IRA or SEP or simple, all of those qualify to move over. And if you're not sure, and that's something we always talk about too, is we'll do, as Pace knows, we'll do a strategy session with you and talk about your particular account and see if it does qualify to move over. And so yeah, it's most accounts qualify unless it's a pension or 401k where you currently are employed.
Okay, so a couple of questions. I've got Kristen. She says, I need to move my old 401k. Now, I didn't move a 401k with you guys. I actually created a 401k, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But how does somebody actually connect with you guys and get that process started? Because I think you guys do like an hour-long consultation, and you kind of direct people, tell people exactly what to do based on the fact that everybody's situation is so detailed and very unique. You guys give them an hour. So how do they get that hour of your time?
My 4th slide gives you that information. Again, I'm not a slides guy, but I can give you the info. And also Claudia's on here. She can give you the link. It's a link that works with you and I Pace. So your students can look at the calendar and fill a time in. So once you fill out the link, basically with your information on what time works for you, we do a call with you. And really the most important thing is if you have an old statement in the last 6 months from your old 401k or an old IRA, we'll look at it and we'll help you and guide you and help answer questions on what kind of account you should work with. And in your case, and a lot of people, when we have this subject with younger people, I'd say, or people who in the beginning, like maybe you, Pace, didn't believe in the retirement account thing, you can start from scratch. You can open up an account like Pace did this last year.
I did not believe in this at all. I was anti all of this, and then you convinced me. So good calling me out.
So you can open up, if you don't have one, you can establish a retirement account. You can establish a 401k like Pace did, and you can put some pretty big contributions in there, which is unique. I think most people think they can only put up like $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000. There's different kinds of retirement accounts. Again, don't want to get too deep into it. We can go all day on that, on what's best.
But this is why you give everybody an hour, right? So people are they getting on the phone with you or Claudia? Because Claudia is way cooler than you.
She is way cooler than me. Claudia and her team. We got a team individual. So there's 6 individuals. It could be her or one of them. Yeah.
Okay. So we won't go into the weeds too much on this because I do want to focus on the training today. But all you have to do is you just have to, there's a link. It's a really weird link. It says, Claudia Guzman put it on there. It says go.appointmentcore.book/such and such and such and blah, blah, blah. Copy and paste that. That's how you book an appointment with them. So many questions. Okay. People are saying, oh, look, Josh Sneed says, I've got Brandy calling me next week. So Brandy must be on Claudia's team.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, cool. What Lizane says, what is the minimum to start?
You can start with as little as $5,000 to start your retirement account. In fact, the example I'm not sharing today, but we've had several real estate investors start with $5,000 and wholesale 2 or 3 deals in that 1 year and turn their 5 into 75,000. And again, if it's a Roth, they'll pay no taxes ever. They paid 5,000 up front, and then on all their gains, they pay no taxes. And when it comes out, they pay no taxes. It's pretty powerful when you start doing that.
Is there a minimum you have to keep in the account? Carolyn asks.
It's $500, I think. I think is what our minimum is leaving the account.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions about my specific 60 grand that I put in last year.
Mm-hmm.
After your slides, let's get to your slides.
I know I'm not, someone said you're not a slide guy and I am not, but I wanted to share a couple of these things. So let's see, you got to let me in, I think. Share screen.
So guys, all of these questions you're asking, like Karina, David, all of you guys, what I would do is I would book a call with their team, because I'm not going to be able to answer these questions. Like Karina says, how do I find out if I have a 401k from an old job? Surprising, I would imagine there's probably a lot of people that don't know that, because you didn't even know your company was doing that for you. Totally understandable. Ivan, thank you for putting the link in there. Claudia, will you put Claudia, or I'm going to put the side chat on pause. Look at Claudia Guzman's link, everybody, while Greg is pulling this up.
Can you share this with me, Pace? I can't.
Oh yeah, I'll help you out. I'll make you co-host. I think that might be the problem. Hey, Carly, can you make Greg a co-host? From where my screen is, it's kind of hard to do, if you don't mind.
I think you got me in here.
Okay, cool. So, guys, what I find is everybody's question specifically about this is so unique and detailed that getting on a call with Greg is actually the right way to do that.
So I had a couple things. Can you see that or no?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So this is something that came yesterday, and I was like, I want to share this with your community real quick. This is what I think everyone's used to looking at. Look at the date. I mean, this is March, right? A couple of weeks ago. You all got your statements in the last little bit. Look how sad this is. Everybody is used to seeing this, in the last period, the last 12 months since inception. This person's down 4%. That's more than 1 year.
On top of the fact that inflation's at 7%.
Right. You've got to be making at least 7 or 8% just to keep up. And so if this is you, if you're in that boat, you've got to stop the bleeding. In fact, I saw someone comment, stop the bleeding. That's what you have to do, and invest in things that you understand. And so on this note, I wanted to share as well, the reason why this is so near and dear to my heart is when I started my real estate business, I think this is what also got Pace's interest as well in the beginning is I had someone lend me their retirement funds to do my first deal because I had no money. And so they lent me from their IRA, their self-directed IRA, $60,000, and they were my partner. And today, I just got updated numbers actually, there's over 96 million IRAs in the United States with over $10.4 trillion. So if you're ever in a place where you're like, I can't find funding, I don't know who to syndicate or find a deal with, they're all around you. I mean, a third of America has basically a retirement account that can be your lender. And so that's what I did when I was 23 years old. And people want out of the market for this reason right here, this statement. So that was the first thing. Then I wanted to show this real quick, just real quick, the power of compounding interest, just at $50,000.
Now I want to point out to people, okay, that these retirement accounts are not paying you the interest. The whole purpose of moving to Horizon Trust is so you can choose what you invest in on your own instead of waiting for your pension fund or one of those knuckleheads that are making $32,000 a year on salary that are pushing money around and they're making you lose 4 or 5%. In this situation, you are moving your money to a place where you direct where your investment goes. And so these percentages are just examples of what Greg's going to throw out, that you went out and found these investments on your own. So for example, the investors that just gave me $2 million that are making 12% on a yearly basis, they obviously at 8%, he's undervaluing it, and at 14% over on the right-hand side, he's overvaluing it. So it could be somewhere in between, depends on the investment. He's just giving you a couple of examples of what is out there. Is that right, Greg?
That's right. And I think the important part too is if you were doing this outside of your retirement account, it would be about 25% less than this. And so you can see these numbers, and what's so powerful about it is you don't have to make 20% on your money. If you're making 10 or 12% every year, the power of compounding interest and not paying taxes is huge. And I think that's what people, you don't have to save too much. If you're saving $30,000 or $40,000 a year, which could be just one real estate transaction every single year, it is the difference of you having, $3 or $4 million in your account or, a lot less than that. This I thought was cool. I wanted to share with you, Pace. I don't know if you know this or not. Just in the last couple of months, Pace, you and I have done, I think, 2 webinars. And again, for 30 minutes. And right now we had 550 people interested. There's over 240 people today that already funded their accounts, and over 100 that's in the process of funding their accounts.
I had no idea it was that many. That's cool.
And I think what's cool about it, I also had Claudia pull some stats on that. And, there's a lot of money sitting, waiting for whatever that next deal is. By the way, sitting's not so bad. I don't know if you noticed, but people that were not sitting, but sitting in the stock market were losing money. So sitting and making zero is not a terrible thing when you're waiting for the next deal, which I do often actually with some of my money. I let it wait till I find the right deal. But then number two is most of the investors that have already started investing have invested in promissory notes and in LLCs. Those are the top two investments that your community has invested in.
So they're doing a lot of private money lending to other people's deals.
That's right. And then also in different LLCs, could be their own LLCs as well. You can actually fund your own LLC and then go out and wholesale in that LLC. So
and then the money you pay back to your retirement account in that situation is tax-free.
That's right. You just can't pay yourself like a commission or a fee or anything. This is for later, guys. And so I think the problem that some people have is like, I worry about today. I'm telling you, if you just do one deal a year like this, you're going to feel, you'll sleep better. I mean, it is about living our lives better, sleeping better. And if you have this nest egg of $1 million all of a sudden and your neighbor doesn't, you're going to sleep better and be better for retirement than him. So I just thought those stats were important because we didn't share them last time. This is brand new. It's only been a few months talking to your community. And that's it. That was my slideshow. We can go deeper and answer a few more questions, but there's my email as well. And I think she put out the link for appointments.
Guys, take a screenshot of this and email Greg, and he answers those emails and gets you guys booked on appointments. There's also a booking appointment deal. You've already seen about 550 sub-2 students have booked a call with him. 240 have funded. 100 are in the pipeline. So like 75%. Tell me why would 25% of people that call you not actually do that? Is it because they're not a good fit, or maybe they're kicking tires and trying to get educated? What is it?
There's a ton of different variables, but one variable too is people are afraid, right? They learn it and they're like, okay, I like this, but I'll open my account after I find the deal, which I think is probably one of the biggest problems that people have is wait to find the deal. By then, like Pace, if you say I'm funding this next deal in 2 weeks and someone hasn't started the process to open their account, it'll be too late. And
can I show you something really quick? Unshare your screen. I want to share my screen and show you the exact perfect example of this. Okay. This is funny. You're bringing this up. So for me, in my private sub-2 community, we obviously very, very special community. It's the greatest community in all of real estate. If there is even another community in real estate, I'm not quite sure. But if I go into my sub-2 Facebook group and I look at my posts, okay, we're going to pull down and we should see, okay, okay, right here. Want to lend me money? Check this out. Look what I wrote on this, by the way. Want to lend me money? I'm buying a 600 unit multifamily deal in Houston and need to raise $3 million. I can get that with my existing private money lenders, but I don't want to be lazy. I want to continue to develop new relationships. Okay. I do find myself going to my same private lenders 100 times. And then people are coming to me going, hey, I want to learn too. Because the thing about lending money is that you don't just get a return, but you also learn how the person you loan money to is making money on the deal, if that makes sense. Okay. I say 12% interest only payments monthly. Minimum for this loan is $50,000 increments, payback in 120 days. Get to learn by watching my team work. And then what's the most important part right here? I need your capital by Wednesday. What day was that? That was Monday. Okay, Monday. This is why having, okay, and Greg also said this. He says, you will be, I said, you'll be secured with a promissory note and a personal guarantee. This is what people are investing in. People are investing as private money lenders in promissory notes, right? That's the data you're finding. And I ended up not needing 3 million. We only needed 2 million and we got it funded. Guess what? Everybody that funded this deal is a Horizon Trust client and they were able to move the money like in 1 day. The money was already sitting there. It had already been funded. And a lot of people were sending Molly emails and saying, can you guys wait like 10, 15 days? I need to move money around. It's like, no, Deals don't wait for you. They have to close. Really good deals pop up and they're really weird and they need to be funded properly and very, very quickly. So that is exactly what you're talking about, right?
That's a perfect example. That's happening all the time. I have hundreds of thousands in my retirement account that will sit sometimes for 3 or 4 or 5 months. But the difference is when I can move and maybe get a 15% or 20% deal, I'm okay with that. And so you got to act on those deals when they come up, and have the money available. So I think that's a big reason why people aren't doing it. But I got to tell you too, the other thing is it's all around you. And so if you don't have that retirement account, there's most likely your partner does or friends do. It's a way to syndicate and go out and leverage. And, when I hear about creative finance, because you've talked a lot about this too, that's what I think of. I think of how do I leverage and use either my retirement account or someone else's, which is a creative way of funding your deal as well.
This is people think that creative finance is only sub-2, seller finance, novation agreements, Morby method, lease options, wraps, all that kind of stuff. But creative finance is also just utilizing other people's capital to get a deal done. Like that $2 million, I am getting into a 600 unit multifamily deal by raising capital from other people. And then I'm refinancing out that 600 unit deal and I'm paying those $2 million lenders off. I'm in the deal, no money. I wipe them out in 120 days and I got a 600 unit. I will end up owning personally 25% of a $100 million deal for no money out of pocket. And the lenders will have been paid back within 120 days.
Well, and what I love about that is that guy with $50,000 could have never been part of a $600 million deal. Right. Or 600 door is a door deal?
600 doors.
600 door deal. So this allows people, anyone with the $50,000 or $100,000 get in a deal they can never get into, which I think is powerful too.
Yeah, we called our fund. I only allow sub-2 students who invest in this fund, but I call it the little guy fund. Yeah. And I said, I don't ever want to leave the little guy behind because I was a little guy with like 10,000, 5,000, 1,000. And I'm like, man, wouldn't it be nice if I could invest in those types of assets just to find out that I wasn't a good fit for people, right? And so we made a name for it, the Little Guy Fund. What we started doing last summer is anybody that loaned me private money on my multifamily deals, we would fly them first class, put them up in a hotel, buy them dinner 2 nights in a row, and walk the property with them on day number 1, and on day number 2, go out on a bus tour of the city and look for other assets together. So they basically get like a $25,000 master class with investing with me and their actual return, because I want to treat my investors incredibly well, even if they're the $50,000 person investing in a $100 million deal, plus they get their money back within 120 days and they get their 12% return, right? So we really believe people should have been educated on this stuff when they were in high school and college, and even their jobs. Like, it would be really cool if companies said, all right, guys, once a month, we're going to do an investment club for our school. Amazon does this. So I got asked to speak for Amazon a month ago. I was like, what am I going to talk to Amazon about? And my publicist, she set me up with just teaching or talking to the executives because they're all making great money at Amazon. They're like, where do we put our money? And Amazon's like, we don't know, Amazon stock. And they're like, how about give us more education? So I went in and I'm teaching Amazon. I'm like, why don't all companies teach how to do this? Well, guys, the reality is your company doesn't want you to learn how to invest and how to do this stuff because they want to keep you captive for the rest of your life. And so they trick you with your own retirement account of like, don't worry, we got you covered. Meanwhile, your retirement accounts are slipping and they're going backwards. And that is the golden handcuffs that they've created to keep you guys captive. So get educated on this stuff. I will be the first to admit I was an absolute imbecile last year. And this is where a couple of my questions come in. Last year, I invested $60,000 in a 401k.
Correct.
I finally have found a deal to start utilizing it. I want to do a Zoom if we can next week inside of my sub-2 community to show what do I actually do? Now the money's sitting there, it's 60,000. I want to lend that money on a deal that I'm involved in, and I want to start receiving monthly payments to my Horizon Trust account.
Yep.
Can we set up a Zoom to show the mechanics of how that actually works?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. Carly, will you set up a Zoom with Greg and his team for the sub 2 community and the Gator tribe to show how you actually utilize your self-directed? You don't call it my 401k self-directed. You just call it a 401k, right?
Well, no, it's a self-directed 401k. Yeah.
Okay. So self-directed 401k. Now, if I pay myself or I get paid 12% on that, what you guys need to understand on this, okay, is this. This $60,000 is now inside of a self-directed 401k. You can tell how uneducated I am on this because I've never believed in her. Greg's like, oh, it's so cute how he uses the wrong terminology all the time.
You're good, man.
Don't worry, bro. I'll get there. So what I'll do is I'll use that 60,000. I'll go and lend money. Okay. At the first one I have is at 12%. And I will receive monthly payments for that 12%. And it's a 6-month turnaround for that. Okay. So I'll receive 6 payments at 12%. So essentially I'll receive about, let's see, what is that? I should receive 3,600 bucks. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'll receive $3,600 tax-free, right? And then I'll get my money back. Also, this year, can I contribute another $60,000 into this deal?
You can put another $60,000 in your 401k. In fact,
every
maybe
year,
62,000. It keeps going up every year.
Amazing. So this year I can put $62,000 into this account and just let this continue to compound. And every time I do deals, it comes back to me tax-free.
That's right. And so, and this, it doesn't mean everyone on this call can do $62,000, and we'll help you with that. It depends upon how much money you've paid yourself and things like that. But we'll help you with that and show you how to maximize putting the most amount of contributions away. And I just wanted to say one thing that like emphasize that what you said, people don't know about this. Only 4% of Americans do this, but it's been around for 45 years. So this isn't like, I feel like this is a hack, but it's an old hack, and the wealthy just keep getting wealthier. The Mitt Romneys have done this. The Peter Thiels that started PayPal, business owners, you can invest in a new business, a new LLC, or again, Peter Thiel, who started PayPal, he put his $5,000 in from his self-directed IRA, and it turned into hundreds of millions of dollars, and he'll never pay taxes on that. And now there's new rules, by the way. You can only make $10 million per year in account because Peter Thiel changed that for us. They made the government now look at this.
You can only make $10 million per year tax-free.
Yes. So it's not so bad, but my point is like this, I call it a hack because people don't know about it. And most of America doesn't know about it because your financial advisor doesn't want you to do it. And so, and the other thing I think it's cool that everyone needs to know is, because I geek out on this, is you don't have to do all your money. You're like, hey, look, I like this. Not sure if I'm totally in.
Bro, mine is like such a small amount of money, but it's like this little play thing over here that I'm having a lot of fun with.
Yeah, and if you have a Vanguard account, like I think someone commented on, you can leave half there at Vanguard and compete with your friend. I do this. I've competed with my guys. Like, okay, look, you keep 50, I keep 50. Let's see what we can do. And then if you want to outperform me, then maybe I'll bring my money back. I've yet to see that happen.
They're never going to dude. All you have to do is lend to somebody on their fix and flips at 12% hard money, and you're going to blow those guys out of the water.
Yep. So it works. It's how I got into the real estate world, because I had no money, and it's really fun now to watch literally thousands of people leverage their own retirement accounts or other people's. And so it's, look, we're here to help. Obviously we love to earn your business, but for us, it's about speed. We are the quickest in the industry. I started this business because I wanted to be really good on customer service and really fast at what we do, and that's what we do.
Last question, I'll let you go because I want to get to our class. I'm already 3 minutes late with you, but guys, give me an emoji if this has been helpful opening your eyes as to what is out there. And I think the biggest thing that really opened my eyes is when you said 1/3 of Americans have a retirement account, and only 4% of Americans actually use a self-directed retirement account. And they're letting other people invest on their behalf, and their money is actually slipping backwards. So it's like, you're at a 9-to-5 because of your benefits.
Yeah.
Those benefits are crushing it for you guys, right? So they pay your insurance, which you could just pay for your own insurance. They're pulling it out of your account, usually. And then they're contributing to your 401k, which actually is slipping backwards. And they're just holding you hostage with these fake benefits, kind of. So It is amazing to me when you really think about how much money there is. There's $10 trillion in private capital in retirement accounts that's basically not being utilized. $10 trillion. Is there a shortage of private money?
Not at all.
Not at all. So is there anything, this is the last question, is there anything I can't invest in from my self-directed?
Yeah, there is a handful of things. It's easier to talk about that, frankly, because it's only a handful of things, but you can't invest your own property where you live, a vacation property that you're going to go and use. You can't invest in arts and collectibles or insurance, but pretty much everything else is fair game.
Insurance meaning like infinite banking.
Yeah, you can't buy life insurance, pay life insurance premiums with it. I mean, there are some actually creative ways of investing some of your retirement funds in insurance. That's very complicated. Our segment we'd have to do on that. But I would say in general, it's a no for most people. But look, I would again say that 75% of my clients are in real estate. The other 25% are precious metals, businesses, cryptocurrency. It's not my thing, but it is for a lot of other people. You can invest in crypto using that as well. So it's available for almost all alternative assets. There's a few rules. We'll teach you those rules. We'll explain them to you after we find out more of what you want to do with your own retirement account. So again, set up a call, shoot us an email, set an appointment, and we'll help you and guide you through kind of what the do's and don'ts are.
Amazing. Thank you guys. Hey guys, I'm going to turn the chat on. Let's let Greg know how much we appreciate him. Tell him thank you in the side chat. And Claudia, I promise you, she's way freaking cooler than Greg.
She definitely is.
She's so cool. I actually get a lot of DMs about her and her team. People are like, thank you so much. Horizon Trust has been so helpful. The fact that you guys are giving people basically an hour-long conversation, right?
Yep.
And what kind of like that's obviously to give them an individualized answer to whatever the questions are, right? So you've got Anson says, I have a few questions. Anson, anybody has a few questions, just book a call with Horizon Trust. They will give you an hour. There's no way I can answer your guys' questions, and neither can Greg, especially specific to you. Everybody's situation is so specific. Who your employer is, how much money you have, your situation. Are you married? Are you not married? All the things are so incredibly different. Anna says, link, please. Guys, we're going to put the link in one more time. I'm going to turn the chat off. Carly Grunman just put it in the side chat. It says book appointment. Okay, that link right there. Here, let me show you what these guys look like. Okay, I think it's slow because we have a lot of people. Oh no, it's populating. It's popping up. You guys just got to be patient. That's it. Let me pull it up real quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Let's see if we can actually. I clicked on the link. This is what pops up. Okay, so I can come in here and go. All right, May 3rd. 8 o'clock. Let's see how hard this is.
You guys might be breaking it right now.
That's the goal. Our goal is to always break everything. That means we got a lot of action takers. Okay. Somebody else has already taken somebody else tried to take my time slot. That's not cool, guys. I'm in here too. Okay. People are like competing for my time slots. This is not freaking cool. Okay, so guys, this is all it takes. Go in here, choose a time, have an hour-long conversation with them. Somebody on Claudia's team. There you go. Put your information in from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. How much does this consultation cost?
Nothing. And there's no hard sale. We really want people that want to work with us and use the retirement funds. And so the last thing we want is you to come over and then want to close your account. So we want to answer all the questions, and throughout the process, we're going to feed you with content. We're going to have, we're going to have Pace on once in a while. It's going to give content to all of our trust company clients. And so, so we want to give you as much information as possible, so you're using your retirement account. So there's zero pressure. We'd love to work with you. And I know we're real easy to work with Pace, and when he's looking to fund something, or his fund that I think you've got a fund coming, right? I mean, that's something as well. So yeah.
Greg, would it be beneficial for all of your Horizon Trust clients and my student? Because there's some people that just can't be my students. Either they're in an area that's already sold out, or they just can't, get into the class sub 2 community. What if I do something where you and me do a Zoom about me lending money from my self-directed 401k? Would that be beneficial to people who are Horizon Trust clients to watch that, or no?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be. Yes,
So
absolutely.
guys, even if you're not a sub-2 student or part of the Gator tribe, if you are a Horizon Trust client, you can come into those Zooms and watch how I actually lend on deals. And Greg will show you guys how that money moves over. Okay. Give him an emoji for letting the clients get to see that. And what I'll do is I'll do some that's a little bit more aggressive, and then I'll do some that's just slow paced. For the first one, I'm just going to do a slow paced one, like 12% interest. And I'll show you guys how to lend money through your self-directed 401k. Not because I know how to do it. I actually don't know how to do it. I am a Horizon Trust client, a brand new one. I have 60 grand sitting in my account, and I'm going to start getting a payment coming in every month, but I have to have Greg or somebody on his team show me how to do the mechanics behind lending money out and how that money transfers.
Perfect.
People probably overthink that, right?
What's that?
Do people overthink that?
Absolutely. And it could feel daunting, but it's not. We literally hold your hand through the process.
It's like a brand new child trying to tie their shoes for the first time. You're looking at them like, dude, it's not that hard. But then you realize, wait, okay, you've never done this before. Let me just show you how it's done.
The first time will always be the hardest, but after that, right? Like after you had your second kid, right? Pace. I mean, it's a piece of cake after that.
I mean, I'm the guy. It was a piece of cake the whole time.
Yeah, right. You're right. It is a much easier thing for us. But no, it's after your first transaction, it's the first one's obviously a little bit more difficult because it's new, but after that, you'll start using it all the time. So,
okay. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you, brother. I look forward to collabing with you. Maybe in the next, right after my book tour, I'm going on this book tour for like the next 2-3 weeks. We can get a Zoom together and do that for Horizon Trust clients, Sub-2 community, and the Gator tribe.
Let's do it. Sounds great.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
What a freaking cool guy. What a cool freaking guy. I think you guys understanding how that stuff works will benefit you at some point in the future because you've got to raise capital. And you have to be able to raise capital in this business. There is a point where when you want to go scale and you want to buy bigger things, you'll have to be able to raise capital. Understanding where and how that all works, the mechanics behind it, is super helpful. Hey, Carly, is there any way you can come up here? Or do I need to come backstage? I need to chat with you for 30 seconds. Hi.
Hi.
Is this what Washington looks like just all the time?
We have sun for the first time ever, so I'm outside.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey guys,
Yes.
Carly is the person that runs the Elephant Challenge behind the scenes. Please show her some appreciation. Let her know how much you appreciate her with some emojis. And I'll turn the chat on so you guys can love on her. Let her know how much you appreciate her, please. Couple of questions. Do we have Benson from Privy coming today, or is he coming tomorrow?
He can come today. He was planning on coming tomorrow, but he's on standby for today.
Okay,
also.
I'm going to have him come tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I want to finish this is great. Thank you so much. I'm going to have him come tomorrow. We'll focus on generating leads tomorrow. What I want to do today is I'm just going to focus on whiteboard for the next couple of hours. And then I'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end. And then we'll focus on Benson tomorrow, like generating leads. Okay.
Love it. Okay.
Has anybody in here that you guys are in here in this live webinar? You've never paid me $1. You've never paid my companies $1. You've never sold me a deal. You've never bought a deal from me. Nothing. Say me in the side chat. Okay.
Me's.
So I want to point out to you that there's a lot of orchestration that goes into this. The email marketing costs, the payroll, right? Carly gets paid. She's on payroll. She actually gets a bonus for running the Elephant Challenge because I just watch her and how hard she works. She gets a bonus every single time. And I want you guys to know, please have gratitude to the Sub-2 community, have gratitude to the Gators that come in here and bring their money, have gratitude to the unicorn lender or unicorn agents, have gratitude to the transaction coordinators that are all in here in the side chat. Please start the day off with some gratitude and let people know, thank you so much for giving me this free value because I can't afford to buy a mentorship, or I can't afford to do this. I can't afford to do this yet. I plan on hiring a mentor later down the road, but right now, this is what I really, really need. Please make sure you start off with gratitude and keep this a safe space. Yes. Also, I want to apologize. Yesterday, I lost my normal patience level And I had to like go back to basics in my own mind, and I had to like recommit to doing this free stuff for people. It is so much harder than you guys can even anticipate, and there's a reason why nobody does it. There's a reason why none of these other influencers you guys see out there are doing 12 hours a month of live content that is absolutely free and not selling you on anything, is because it's hard. There's 1,000 other things I could be doing. In fact, I had the owner of Pad Split in town flew in to see me, and he's like, let's go visit your properties. Let's go film content. Let's go do this. Let's talk about doing more stuff in these other states. And I'm thinking, this is a high level relationship that really demands and commands my attention and deserves my respect. He flew in to meet me. This guy is running in 15 different markets. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm running a free challenge. And I departed from this meeting to come here tonight to make sure that you guys are getting some love, some attention, some direction. Okay. Now, I want to point out to you why we do this. Okay. Because there is a financial benefit to me doing this for you guys. The financial benefit to me is that you guys end up doing deals with my sub-2 community. You end up doing deals with the Gator tribe. You end up hiring the transaction coordinators that I train. I want you guys doing business with each other. Okay. I want you guys helping each other. I want you guys linking in with each other, going to meetups, letting the sub-2 community take the leadership that they're learning, take the education that they're obtaining, and help you guys out on deals. Last month, I bought a property in Dallas, Texas, from a girl named Dawn Walker. She made $17,000, and Dawn Walker is a sub-2 student. Okay.
She's an elephant leader too.
She is an elephant leader, which is my point. So check this out. Here's little old dumb Pace. Okay. Let's call him Dummy Pace. Here's little dummy Pace over here. And I'm blah, blah, blahing. Okay. And I'm teaching and I'm trying to inspire and I'm getting people to take action. And then I've got my elephant leaders like Dawn Walker, Texas Ranger. Okay. She is coming in and she's helping out the people who we call you guys behind your back. You know what we call you guys? We call you guys baby elephants, which is a compliment. It's not negative. It's we call you guys baby elephants because you're brand new and we're trying to help you guys out. And one of these baby elephants gets a lead, goes to Dawn Walker. Dawn Walker helps get this deal closed and generates $17,000 in revenue from assigning a sub-2 deal. This person right here, who's not a sub-2 student, was benefited from Dawn Walker, one of my sub-2 students. Okay, do we all understand why I'm doing the elephant challenge? I want you doing business with each other. I want to give you all the attention and all the love. I want you, if you are a non-student, here are the things that you should be doing, okay? By the end of these elephant challenges, you should be bringing leads to sub-2 students, okay? B, you should be maybe being a private money lender to sub-2 students, okay? You should be bringing EMD opportunities. If you run into a situation where you need EMD, then go to the Gators. The Gators have tons of money, okay? If you guys run into a transaction where you need a transaction coordinator, okay, then hire a transaction coordinator that is, I'm now calling them top tier TCs, okay? They have been trained in all the tiers of real estate. Tier 1 is traditional real estate. Okay, like buy, sell, real estate agents, blah, blah, blah. Tier 2 is wholesale and investors, okay? And then tier 3, which is the top tier, is creative finance. Okay, we have a lot of top tier transaction coordinators that are trained by Molly and my team, Allison. Okay, find those transaction coordinators and they can help you out. Okay. We have students in all 50 states, okay? Take the time and network with each other, okay? Now, before I get started, and we spend probably another 3 hours together, I want you guys to introduce yourselves one time. Everybody here today, let's introduce yourselves. Here's how I would want you to introduce yourself. Don't get too excited yet. I want you to be very specific about this, okay? I want you to say, here's my name. If you're a sub-2 student, say you're a sub-2 student. If you're not a student, say not a student. Okay, so that my students know how to reach out to you, and then tell people where you're at. Okay, so Pace Morby, I am a sub-2 student. I'm sub-2 student number 1. I was the first sub-2 student. So Pace Morby, sub-2 student, Arizona. I can help you with blah, 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 blah. Okay, or hey, I'm not a sub-2 student. I'm brand new. I have not chosen my avatar yet. Would love to connect with you. Okay, that is the purpose of the Elephant Challenge. Everything's a little bit better with gratitude, right? I mean, I had this, somebody told me something a couple of years ago. They said, entitlement is a disease and gratitude is the cure. Gratitude has changed everything in my life. Be grateful, be grateful, be grateful. Whenever you think you're having a bad day, I was having a bad day, and I sound like a little baby when I say this, but about a year ago, I was having a bad day, and I actually got off, I was in a Target parking lot, and I took my daughter, she loves going on dates to Target. Like, we'll literally just go walk up and down the toy aisle she has no shoes on. We're just a bunch of freaking redneck pieces of shit walking up and down Target, going back and forth, okay? And we're just going on a little date. She calls it, Dad, take me on a date. And I know what taking me on a date means. It means take me to Target, let me walk around like I'm homeless. So she plays with toys, so I don't have to buy them. So she just plays with the toys, right? Because if I bought them, she's going to take them home. She's going to play with them for 5 minutes and then go, yeah, that was fun. So I'm pulling up to the Target parking lot. My daughter's in the back with me. We're about to go on a date. And I just had one hell of a day. And somebody says, well, have a good day. And we're about to hang out. I go, yeah, I got to go into Target. I got to go into Target. I got to take my daughter on a date. Okay. All right. So yeah, sounds good. And they're like, have a good day. And I go, have a good day, man. It's been a hell of a day, but all right, man, see you later. And I hang up. I get out, I go around my beautiful vehicle that I own. I pull my beautiful daughter out, and I got a little bit of a grimace on, and I'm being a little whatever. And I walk up to the front of Target, and there's a guy wheeling out in a wheelchair, missing 2 legs, doesn't have both arms, he has one arm, and somebody's pushing him, and he's sitting there telling a joke to the person who's behind him and making that person laugh. And I'm sitting here going, I just said I got to take my daughter on a date, and I have both arms to carry my daughter, both legs to walk into that Target. I have a vehicle that I can drive. I have all these beautiful things, and my perspective was a moment of wah, wah, wah. How dare I? And no matter how bad your day is, somebody has it much worse. And here I am alive. I have people that have passed away in my life. Anybody in here have people that passed away in your life? How dare you complain? Think about those people up in heaven or wherever, whatever you believe in. Those people are up in heaven. They're like, are you joking me? You got to have that sandwich today. You got to go here, watch this movie. You got to eat this awesome food, travel to this amazing place. And I'm up here chilling in heaven. There's only clouds and people are naked up here. Is that what heaven looks like to you, Carly?
Absolutely.
It's like a nudist colony up there.
A nudist colony. Yes. With lots of clouds.
So you got to start with gratitude. Be very grateful for the people that are taking the time out of their lives to help you. My sub-2 community, we have put a lot of time, energy, and work into building a culture inside of that community that is second to none. And they come in here and they love on you guys. Some of them are brand new. They've invested in their education. They've committed to learning, and they're in here trying to help you guys. Yes, of course, they're going to learn some stuff too. It's going to be great. Same thing with the Gator tribe. Same thing with the top tier TCs. They're putting time and energy into learning things so they can come into you guys and pour into you and give you resources when you need them. Okay. So have we all sufficiently introduced ourselves in the side chat? Give me a yes. All you have to do is do it one time, guys. That's it.
And you guys
don't.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
I was
Carly,
you can also do it in the community too. I'll put the link in there.
can you? I'm going to put the side chat on pause and I'm going to get to work. Okay.
Okay.
Can you do me a favor and please tonight email the side chat to everybody and just say, hey, here's the side chat from the Elephant Challenge. Here's everybody's phone numbers and who they are, etc. Would you guys appreciate that if we did that for you guys tonight? Okay. And when you receive it, will you go into my free Facebook group and just say, thank you for everything that you guys do and your team puts out there? Think about what else I could be doing right now. You think I could go out and maybe hang out with my daughter, hang out with both my daughters, be with my beautiful wife who I haven't seen all day long because I've been working? Do you think maybe I could be doing anything but being right here? I could go out and buy deals right now, but I'm in here hanging out with you. And same thing with Carly. Well, to be fair, Carly is enjoying this because she gets to sit outside and enjoy the sunlight.
Ideal.
Were you starting to feel like a vampire, like stuck in a dark house?
Gosh, yes. It's tough. You got to get out in the winter. It's tough here.
Yeah, but look at your yard, dude. You guys got pine trees and beautiful trees.
So nice here in the summer. You're coming
Yeah.
at a good time.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I coming?
You're coming next
Have
week
you ever
for your
seen
book
me up
tour.
in Seattle?
What's that?
Have you ever seen me up in Seattle?
I haven't.
Since
Kenny
you've
and
known
I
me, you've never
are
seen me do
figuring out
that.
a cool place for everyone to meet up.
I drove through Seattle before I knew you. So I'm basically like 5 months before Clever Summit. I went up to Seattle and spent 3 days up there.
You did?
Yep. And then you came into my world because of Clever Summit.
Yeah. And Alex signed us up.
And you didn't want him to.
Telling me. And I thought, yeah.
When Alex signed up for Sub 2 community, were you like, wow, you just signed up for a scam?
Well, no, I thought it was a wholesaling mentorship, and we've always been into real estate investing. And I'm like, why are you signing us? I thought it was wholesaling, and it's not. I mean, that's just one act. It teaches it, but it's more than that. And I was like, you can't scale wholesaling. What do you? And then Clever Summit, we went, and I was like, oh, I get it. I got it now.
Yeah,
I'm on board.
I love it. I freaking love it.
And here I am working for you.
Here you are changing my life.
No, changing everyone's life.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much. Okay, so Benson tomorrow.
Yes.
The rest of the day, I'm just going to vibe out on my vibe board and hang out. Okay.
Awesome. All right, I'll get out of here.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you
Bye.
so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys, let's get to work. My goal of today is to finish the avatar part and to also go through a couple of other little things. But the main thing today is just go through the avatar part. I ultimately want everybody to choose. Did everybody choose their market yesterday? And did everybody make sure that you booked a call to get your LLC set up? Did everybody do that yesterday? Have we accomplished that part? Okay, awesome. Very, very cool. Done and done. Yes and no. Guys, don't choose your market and then not get your LLC. It's silly. Just don't do that. Okay. Already done and created. Amazing. Anybody in here that like you just set your LLC up and you actually feel great and you're just like, wow, finally. There you go. There you go. There you go. Tom's like, yep. Michelle says yes. David, yes. It's like a breath of fresh air. You're like, okay, finally I took some action. Finally I moved forward. This is awesome. Feel like a boss. All right. Very cool. Let us go to the vibe board. Let us go to the vibe board. I will check this. I will check the side chat every once in a while, but I am going to turn the side chat off so I can get to work and we can stay on target and stay on point. All right. By the way, my book is coming out. This will be helpful. I'm going to try and sell you guys something. I'm so sorry. I promised you guys I wouldn't try and sell you anything, but I am going to try and sell you something. My book is currently top 30 in all of Amazon books right now, which is a big deal. And I'll tell you what's cool about the book. I actually don't really love the book, to be honest. I think the book is great. I don't love it because there's just so much I had to, I couldn't put everything in it. So what I did is, for everybody that pre-orders the book, I actually created a video companion guide. Okay, so the video companion guide is original content of me closing seller sub 2. I'll tell you a really quick story before I get started. So I decided I want to do a video companion guide. And this is what I did. I put this in the studio. So I had a desk here. I was standing here, and I had a couple of rows of my sub 2 students came into my downstairs studio. I probably had 15 sub 2 students in the studio. And then I had my engineer right here kind of working the camera angles, and here's one camera angle, here's one camera angle, all that kind of stuff. It was cool. And I was filming this, and I get a text message on my cell phone, and it's a seller on a house that I was negotiating in Boston. And he sends me a text message. He says, "Hey, I'm in Arizona for a convention, and I know your offices are in Arizona. Can we stop by and finalize this negotiation?" I'm like, "Sure. Do you mind doing it in my studio?" So he came into my studio and stood right here next to me. And I negotiated with him for an hour and a half about getting his house under contract sub 2. And this all is that's the first video in the video companion guide of a full appointment with a seller in my video companion guide. So anybody that pre-orders the book will actually get that video plus another, I think it's 30 hours of like bonus content that I put in just for this little book. I think Bigger Pockets is charging $25 for this book, which honestly, it's cool. The book is cool and it looks cool, but really the thing I'm really proud of is the video companion guide, just giving you guys some behind the scenes of what it looks like. We went to multiple properties, all of that kind of stuff. So please give me an emoji if you've already bought the book. Has everybody bought the book? If you've bought the book, give me an emoji. People are like, why would I buy a book when you're constantly going live on the Elephant Challenge and doing way more than a book can ever do? The reason you would buy a book is to support me, not because I make money on it. I told Bigger Pockets I don't want to make money, but because I want to do more collaborations with Bigger Pockets. And I think the more that the world knows about creative finance, the better off we'll all be. And so I'm trying to get Bigger Pockets to do more and more creative finance content. And if they see this book do well, they'll have me do more content with them, which means more deals for all of us in the sub 2 seller finance realms. So there we go. Thank you guys so much for that. Now let's get over to the vibe board. Actually, I'm going to set this up so you guys can see me on the camera. Let's see, camera, switcher. Okay, ISO, comp streak, media players, nope. Okay, camera 1. Okay, camera, let's see, what's camera 5? Okay, camera 4 is the one that I want picture in picture. So let's go picture in picture. Let's go boom, boom. There you go. Okay, so you should be able to see me. You can see me right now on the screen, I'm sure. And you can see my vibe board that's kind of a funky little thing. You will be able to see me working. I'm going to move over there and we're going to go through the avatars. All right, give me a yes give me an emoji in the side chat if you guys can hear me just fine. I'll hold the microphone as close as to my face as I possibly can. And I think I have to like right there. It's probably, that's the money right there, right? If I keep my mouth really close to it. All right, cool. All right, let's get to work. So yesterday we talked about avatars, but we didn't finish them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the whiteboard of what this all looks like. Okay, got it. Go away. Thank you so much. Of course, I restarted it right before we went on the live, so of course it's going to do this. All right. So, we're going to go through the avatars real quick, and I'm going to pretend like you guys can hear me, and I'm not going to be looking at the side chat. So if you guys are wanting to side chat, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to focus on this, and we're going to get a lot of stuff done. We're going to zoom through it because I will not be looking at the side chat. Okay. In fact, we'll turn the side chat off so we can just focus. All right. So there are avatars. Okay. The avatar is specifically so that you know who you are. Okay, we can all agree that I am different than most of you guys. And some of you guys are different than me. In fact, can we all agree? Give me an emoji if you can agree that a transaction coordinator typically has a different personality than somebody who is an acquisition person. Okay? If you are an acquisition person, you typically are a little bit more aggressive, okay? Or what do they call it? Aggro, I think. You're more aggressive. Transaction coordinators are more nurturing. Okay, so these are personality types of people that should be able to focus on their one avatar when they first start so they can become better and better and better at that avatar. Because what's happening is people go onto YouTube. Okay, if you go on YouTube right now and you type in how to wholesale, you are going to see, no offense to some of my very best friends, you are going to see Jerry Norton. Okay. You're going to see Brent Daniels. You're going to see, let's see, Ryan Pineda, who doesn't really wholesale anymore. You're going to see Carlos Reyes. Okay. You're going to see let's say just 10 more people. Okay. You're going to see like 10 more wholesalers out there. These are very aggressive type of people. Jerry, do you think Jerry Norton could be a great transaction coordinator? Absolutely not. Do you think Pace Morby could be a great transaction coordinator? Absolutely not. And we're going to go through these one by one to show you guys that these personality types really should be specifically tied into one avatar when you first start. And the whole purpose of this is you've already chosen your market. You've already chosen your LLC name. You've already gone down this road. And now you're like, okay, what's next? Well, what's next is you. You are next. You need to find out who you are because who you are dictates your next several months. Okay. So, avatar number one is what I call direct to seller. Now, we talked about this for a little bit yesterday, so I will take less than 5, maybe 10 minutes on this. Okay. What time is it right now? It is 5:07. I'm going to go until 5:15 on this. Okay. So about 8 more minutes. So direct to seller, it means that you've got the seller of a home that is directly right here. The seller owns the house. And instead of going through a real estate agent, a realtor, it's not called a realtor. It's called a realtor. That's how you pronounce it, by the way. Instead of going through a realtor, which would be like the MLS or Zillow or Redfin, okay, or whatever. Okay. This is what most people think getting into real estate is like. They go on Bigger Pockets and Bigger Pockets tells them, yeah, go to a real estate agent and ask the real estate agent for a deal. My personal opinion is that most real estate agents don't actually have deals. Okay. They have listed properties where a seller is wanting retail. Seller wants retail. I want the highest possible price. Well, that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for the highest possible price. Okay. We are looking for deals. And so what people that do direct to seller like to do is they go, you know what? I really enjoy negotiations. I really enjoy controlling my future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to learn some valuable skills. I'm going to learn how to find motivated sellers. Okay. How do I find motivated sellers is a valuable skill. I mean, hell, real estate agents don't even know how to do that. Imagine if you know how to find motivated sellers, how valuable that skill can be. You are the person that controls the transaction. You are the person that is controlling how this all works. Okay. Everybody can still hear me, right? Give me a yes in the comments. You guys can all hear me fine. I'm talking loud enough. Okay, great. You guys like this strategy better than yesterday on my little whiteboard? This is way better, right? Okay, do you want me to keep the comments open and we promise not to spam? If we spam, I'll tell Carly just to turn the chat off. I'm not looking at the side chat, just so you know. Okay, people are saying no. Okay, cool. People really like when I teach, I guess. All right, so Carly, you just turned it off. Awesome. Okay, cool. So you are going to learn a skill, how to find motivated sellers. Your avatar, direct to seller, what you value is control. Write this down. Take note of this. You value control. When you work with a real estate agent, you have no control. Agents do not give you control of your business. Do not believe a single thing anybody else tells you. It is bullshit. When you go work with direct agent, you have very little control. Why? Because if I know how to find motivated sellers, I can call those sellers without anybody's permission. Nobody's going to tell me what to do, how to do it, etc. I have full control over that situation. Okay? When you work direct through agents, which is one of the next avatars, I don't know what the actual seller's motivation is. Okay? If I go, all right, I'm going to change my avatar, which is one of the other avatars down here. I'm going to go direct to agent. Okay. That's that avatar number 2 and then avatar number 3. Avatar number 3 is direct to agent. Okay. There are major benefits to this, which I will get to in a little bit. But people go, oh, I want to go direct to agent. Okay. Well, the problem with direct to agent is here's the seller. Every deal starts with a seller. And more importantly, every deal starts with a seller's motivation. The reason we get a good deal is because we found the bunnies. We found out the issues that the seller has. I call them the bunnies, the problems, okay? If an agent is between us and the seller, and I asked this real estate agent, some agents have been in the business, by the way, 20 years, and they still say, I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor. Realtor. I think that's how they pronounce it right there. Realtor. Okay. I'm a realtor. These realtors, okay, when I say, hey, I'm an investor, what is the seller's motivation? What do you think those agents are going to say to you? They're going to say, why? I'd say 80 to 90% of the time, this is what you get. You get why? The price is the price. I get that a lot too. Price is the price. Okay. If you're just reaching out to real estate agents, this is what you're going to get. You have no direct communication to that seller. In fact, the real estate agent's job is to block you from that relationship. Okay. Give me a thumbs up if we understand this. Okay. How do we, by the way, in the side chat, I'm going to open it up for just a second. How do you type out the word realtor? If you're a real estate agent for over 10 years, you call yourself a realtor. A realtor. Realtor. Okay. It's realtor. I'm not even licensed and I know how to say what you guys are better than you guys do. Okay. My wife is an agent. She calls them real turds. Okay. So now I will get to the benefits of what a real estate agent is. Okay. I will get to that in just a moment. Okay. There are major benefits to that avatar. Major benefits to that avatar. Okay. So direct to seller. What I like about this strategy is that you have control. You have the ability to spend time and money to go and generate leads without a deal blocker. Okay. I get to talk to that seller directly. Now, I'm going to have to learn a completely different set of skills. The skills I'm going to have to learn are how to find motivated sellers. That's pretty simple. Obviously, it's easier for me to say because I've been doing it for a while, but foreclosure, simple. Okay. Foreclosure, driving for deals, right? What does driving for deals actually mean? It means finding ugly houses. Okay. Check this out. You guys want to find motivated sellers? I'll show you how effing easy this is. Watch this. This is why I love direct to seller, because it's so absolutely simple. People overthink it. And the people that go, oh, I don't like direct to seller because it costs money. Okay, well, no problem. Good luck trying to scale a direct to agent business. You're not going to be able to scale it. You're relying on another agent to find business for you. Now, check this out. This is every city, by the way. Okay. Code compliance violation map. You guys are telling, oh, how do I find a deal? Check this out, guys. Check this out. Don't ever ask that question ever again. You see all these people with purple dots? That's one city in my county. All those purple dots have code violations. This is public record. Okay. In the side chat, do you need any more visual stimulus to see how many deals there are in this world right now? So when people say, oh, working with real estate agents is easier. Why? I have never seen a county. Okay. Code violation means somebody is in violation of the building code of the city. Click on it. And it says they're under investigation. Okay. Their landscaping is substantially dead, damaged, characterized by uncontrolled growth, presents a deteriorated appearance, or dead trees, bushes, blah, 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 blah. Guys, this is public data. Okay? Public data. This is called a list. Write that down. This is called a list. A motivated sellers list. Okay? A motivated sellers list. So once you learn how to find motivated sellers lists, like code violations, okay, foreclosures, bankruptcies, probate, there's literally 50 plus of these. Expired listings, oh my gosh, are one of my favorite, okay? If you guys want, I'll have my wife come in tomorrow. Hey, Carly, could you do me a favor and have my wife come in tomorrow to pull expired listings and show people how to do that and how damn easy it is to reach out to sellers that have actual motivation. Look at me right now. I'm yelling at you. For you knuckleheads that are going on Zillow and trying to find a deal, that is not where deals are. Redfin, Zillow, all of those bullshit websites, that is not where deals reside. Off market is where deals reside, with sellers that have pain, motivation, public record, foreclosure, bankruptcy, divorce, expired listings, code violations. I pulled up one city with 700 code violations. Are you getting the point? Do you now know that Zillow is bullshit? Don't ever send me a Zillow. Oh, Pace, I found a house on Zillow. Why do you think it's a deal? What motivation does the seller have? Oh, I don't know. It just looks like it. They just looks like a house. Okay, are they in bankruptcy? Oh, I don't know. Are they in foreclosure? Oh, I don't know. Start with the motivation first. Write that down. Okay? Write that down. Start with the motivation first. Don't ever send me something in my DMs that's like, hey, I was driving around and I saw this house. It's on the corner, man. It's on a really great lot in a great location. I thought maybe you'd like this deal. Where's the motivation? Are they getting a divorce? I don't know. Okay, did you know that there's a divorce list in every county? Did you know that there's a foreclosure list in every county? Did you know there's a code violation list in every county? Did you know that I can tell when somebody doesn't pay their water bill? There's a water shutoff list. What does that tell you? Does this make sense? Give me a yes in the conversation right now. Does this make sense? Okay. Now, I am starting with motivation. I'm not starting with the house. I'm starting with a list of motivation. If you send me a deal, you need to start with where are the bunnies? Hey, Pace, seller is in foreclosure. Boom. I now know we have something to bring to the table. What do I bring to the table as an investor when it's just some random ass homeowner down the street? I bring nothing to the table. They should list with an agent. Okay? Agents don't know how to solve motivation and problems and pain. In fact, sellers, when houses are falling apart, agents are like, you should repair this so I can list this on the market. Okay? Guys, I'm not going to answer your questions of where these leads come from today. That will be tomorrow. Keep it basic. I'm not going to look at the chat. I got to remind myself to turn the side chat off. Okay? Give me an emoji if you guys all understand what a direct to seller avatar means. Okay? Am I yelling loud enough? Give me a thumbs up if I'm yelling loud enough. I just want to make sure that you get the emotion. Do you know why? I'm going to tell you guys, if you're new, do you know why so many people ignore your dumb Facebook posts? It's because you don't have motivation. You tell us, you post something in the Facebook group or any Facebook group, anything. Hey, I have a house. Can somebody help me with this? Yeah, what's the seller's motivation? Oh, I don't know. Can somebody help me call the seller? What's the seller's motivation? Oh, I don't know. Can somebody help me call? Dude, start with the motivation or else nobody wants to work with you. This is why some of you new people are ignored by some of the more advanced people, is because you are not starting with motivation. This is not about houses. It has never been and will never be about houses. It has always been and will always be about a seller's motivation. Okay? Before I move on, I'm going to open up the chat. Give me a yes if you understand, and I can move on. Can we shut the book on the fact that so many of you newbies have no clue what the fudge you are doing because you are just looking at houses on Zillow? No real estate investor is looking at houses on Zillow that has a brain in their head. And the fact that Zamirian says, how do you decipher real motivation? Okay, let me rewind the tape. Foreclosure. Is that not the greatest motivator of all time? Divorce. It's on a public record list, Zamarian. Public data told you that they're under investigation by the city. And you're asking me, how do I decipher real motivation? Huh? Catch up to speed, my guy. There's no way I have not been clear about this. Type the word clear if I have been clear the last 15 minutes. Ain't nobody going to ask a question about this at this point. Now, am I going to show you how to generate these leads? Yes, I will, but not today. You need to pick an avatar. Okay? Don't ever send me a Zillow link ever again unless you want me to reach through Instagram and karate chop you right in the neck and say, what the hell is their motivation? Stop it. Okay? Stop it. All right. Now, motivation. Expired listing. The motivation here is that the seller hired a dumb real estate agent who lied to them. Okay. The realtor, the realtor in this situation says, hey, actually, I got one right now. I just bought it. I just did a YouTube video all about this. Okay. The realtor. Okay. The realtor says, I can sell your house to the seller in 2 weeks. They lie all the time. Agents lie, wholesalers lie. Okay. It's all good, but they lied because they're trying to get the business. Guess what? 5-6 months goes by. The house hasn't sold. Guess what? The seller fires the real estate agent and says, get out of here. And that becomes now a expired or canceled listing. Do I have to explain? Oops, dang it. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot about that. My bad. That becomes an expired listing. Do I have to explain to you what an expired listing is ever again in your life? The seller is so frustrated, okay? They're so frustrated with this agent that they go, hey, agent, you can't represent me anymore. You are fired and we are expired. This listing is becoming expired. At that point, my team, we go, oh, this is now a direct to seller lead because now I no longer need the agent to communicate with the seller. I can communicate with the seller directly. Okay, this is a motivator. This seller has a lot of motivation. Why? Well, because the seller had their house on the market for 5 months, had people traipsing through their house. Okay. Agent lied to them. Oh, I'll get it sold this week, sir. I'll get it sold this week, sir. I'll get it sold this week. And I just call them and I go, hey, looks like your house was pulled off the market. And you ask the question, what were you looking for that you couldn't get on the market? And guess what this seller says? Seller says, oh, freaking agent lied to me. Oh my gosh, they should have been doing more open houses. They should have been doing this and that and this and that and da, 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 da. Okay. Well, did your agent tell you I was trying to work a deal with them and submit an offer to you? And the seller very frequently says, no, nobody told me that. Okay. So for me, again, going back to the main strategy that I enjoy, okay, the strategy that you have way more control over is always going to be direct to seller. But here's the biggest problem with direct to seller. Okay. This is where people get their face kicked in. Okay. I'm going to make this one green because it should be. It requires either time. Oops. Let's make that thicker. Okay. It either requires time or money or both. Okay. Now, what do I mean by money? Well, in order to reach out to these sellers, okay, you've got to cold call. I don't know about you guys, but there ain't no way you're going to convince me to cold call. You could threaten to kill my dog, or else I got to do a cold call. I go, well, I really had a good time with that dog, but it's time. That dog's time has come. There ain't no way I'm cold calling. So what do? We hire companies to do it for us. There's a company that we use called startvirtual.com. Okay. We like startvirtual.com because they train virtual assistants. These are real human beings. Okay. Virtual assistants, they call, and then these virtual assistants call the sellers for us. They set up leads and conversations for us. And I end up having the call to close. Now, there are so many skills you have to obtain in this avatar that the other avatars do not necessarily need to obtain. Okay. Direct to agent doesn't need to obtain multiple skills. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't quit my job. I didn't quit my 9-to-5 job so I could focus on finding deals and then rely on a real estate agent to bring me deals. I want to have control of my business. Okay. That is my preferred strategy. Avatar number one is direct to seller. Except it does get expensive. Okay. When you start sending out texts, you start sending out and doing billboards, right? These things cost money. You are directly trying to communicate with the seller. Okay. This costs money. Do I have to send out text blasts to sellers if I'm working with agents? No. Do I have to send out text blasts, or do I have to send out billboards if I'm working with agents to send me deals? No. What about direct mail, right? Like, sorry, my handwriting. I'm trying to go fast, guys. Direct mail or postcards. Do I have to do that with an agent? No, I don't. So these things cost money. And in order for you to communicate with sellers at scale, you're going to have the ability to reach out to sellers frequently, whether it's cold callers, right? Again, cold callers we hire at startvirtual.com. You're going to go to startvirtual.com. They're going to give you, let's say, a virtual assistant. That virtual assistant is going to call those sellers on your behalf and set up appointments for you to talk to warm leads. Okay. One of these virtual assistants typically costs about $1,100 per month. And they can be people that get you about 2 to 3 deals per month. Okay. You can do whatever the hell you want with those deals. You can either A, wholesale them to another buyer, B, fix and flip them yourself, or C, buy and hold them depending on who you are. Typically, people that are wholesaling are not really buying and holding. Most people that are wholesaling, no offense to you wholesalers, I also am a wholesaler from time to time. Most wholesalers are not in the business of buying and holding. You're very much into like the quick money. The quick money. I don't want this buy and hold, man. That takes too much time. I want money now. I saw that red Ferrari. I want that Ferrari. Okay. That's a wholesaler. They want that red Lamborghini. Okay. That's what they want. And they're not about that buy and hold, but yes, you can do that with your leads. Okay. Your deals come in. One virtual assistant should be able to get you 2 to 3 deals a month. Okay. A really bad virtual assistant should be able to get you 1 to 2 deals per month. And the average wholesale deal in the country right now is about $15,000. Okay. So one virtual assistant at, let's say, $1,100 should be able to generate you $15,000 to $30,000 in revenue. Okay. It's a numbers game at this point. So if I want to make more money, then I go hire another virtual assistant. I want to make more money, I hire another virtual assistant. Next thing you know, it's you and, let's say, 5 of these virtual assistants, and you're doing anywhere between 5 to 10 deals a month at an average of $15,000 of assignment fees. So you're generating $75,000 to $150,000 in revenue. Okay. That is what a typical direct to seller operation will look like. Okay. Now, the problem with direct to seller operations is that, again, most of them get sucked into this and then they have to learn different skills. You will never stop learning in this business. Okay. You'll never stop learning in this business. And what I mean by that is that wholesalers that come to like my masterminds or in person, their problem is no longer how do I get a deal? Their problem is I don't know how to manage my money. I don't know how to hire people. I don't know how to delegate. I'm stuck in the business. And now they have another set of problems. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you everything that comes down to this is one thing. Every business comes down to one thing. Okay. And I want you to write this down. Business comes down to one thing. It is the elevation of one's problems by solving yesterday's problems. That is business. I just gave you business right there. You will never have to avoid, you don't avoid problems. You go and you solve them. The problem with most people that are starting out is they avoid problems. Oh, I'm supposed to start an LLC. I'll do that next week. Okay, so what you just did is you just compounded all of your problems. Now you're pushing all of your problems. Guys, we're solving really high level problems. We're now trying to hire CTOs and invest our money properly. Anson Rickard says, can you say that again, Pace? Your business is one thing. It is the elevation of one's problems by solving the problems of yesterday. Your problems are child's play. Child's play. I'm going to say that again. Your problems are child's play. Okay? So you want to make more money, you have to solve more problems. The problems that you currently have are, I don't have any leads. Meanwhile, people who solve that problem then have to go and learn the next set of problems. Okay? If you can't even solve how do I generate leads, then how are you going to solve the problem to get yourself out of a business that doesn't even exist? You have to create and solve problems all day long. Create problems. It is the opposite of what your 9-to-5 job will ever tell you. Okay? So when you are direct to seller, the skills that you acquire on direct to seller are very, very different than the skills that you're going to acquire on other avatars. So you have to make a determination. Okay. Do you want to be that avatar? I love being that avatar. It has opened up so many doors for me because everybody wants to know me because I am the most important person in a real estate transaction besides the seller. I'm the person that controls the lead, controls the deal, controls what we do with that deal. I love direct to seller. It's my favorite one. It is amazing. Okay. Now, the next strategy, the next avatar is also direct to seller, but it is direct to seller integrator. Okay. There are a lot of people. Oops, sorry, guys. Again, I'm doing it again. I apologize. I will try to do better. It is direct to seller integrator. What does that mean? Okay. The direct to seller integrator means Pace is out on appointments. Okay. This is Pace going to sellers' houses and meeting with them and locking up contracts. That's Pace. My goal is I'm the warrior. Okay. Well, when the warriors are out in the field, who is manning the castle? Well, I can tell you my business partner, that's supposed to be a castle. Okay. My business partner, Cody, is my integrator. He's running and generating leads. He's managing the virtual assistants. He's dealing with disposition and managing the money, etc. Okay. If you are an integrator and you think you're an integrator, go read the book Rocket Fuel. Okay. Go read the book Rocket Fuel. Okay. Now I'm gonna buzz through that one because it is very important. By the way, when I make money on a deal, okay, let's say I go get a contract, guess what I do with it? I go hand it to a title company, and guess what I do? Is then now Cody takes it over from there, and guess where I go? I go back to another appointment, and I just keep going up and locking up contracts. That is what a direct-to-seller visionary does. So the visionary relationship and the integrator relationship are a perfect combination of partners. Now, Cody will take that and he will make sure that we find the buyer. Okay. We get our $15,000 or whatever it is for that deal. $15,000 goes in the bank account, pays for more leads, pays our staff. Okay. And our taxes, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to worry about that stuff because all I want to do is guess what? Go get another contract. That's what I want to do. That's what I wake up in the morning and I desire to talk to sellers. Okay. If you are somebody who is deathly afraid of talking to human beings, either A, get past yourself, stop worrying about it, or maybe realize that your avatar should not be me. Okay. Can anybody agree that you are, let's open up the side chat for just a couple of seconds. Can anybody agree that if you are somebody like me, type in the word Pace. If you are somebody not like me, type in the word not Pace. Okay. When you are Pace, You don't ask questions like, how do I talk to sellers? That is not a visionary question. When somebody immediately says, well, how do I talk to the seller? Are you kidding? Do you have to tell a talker how to talk? Talkers have it in them. Okay. Does everybody agree with that? You guys, and anybody have a friend you're just like, I can't shut this person up? Okay. They don't need to ask how to talk to people. That's a visionary. We just go out and talk to people. We tell stories. We hang out. We're friends with everybody. We're not worried about what we look like and all that. We're just talking to people. Okay. That is a visionary. So if you find yourself asking the question of, how do I talk to these people and how do I convince them to sell their house to me? And my answer is, well, you just talk to them and build rapport. For a visionary, that is a perfectly adequate answer. For an integrator, it's like, hold on, let me write down the notes and let me think about this. And should I wear a blue shirt? Should I wear a collared shirt? Should I wear a name tag on my shirt? Probably not a visionary. Anybody in here that's a visionary that's like, yep, 100% what Pace is doing right now? Any visionaries in here need me to, you've never spoken to a seller before, but do you have any real fear of talking to a human being at all? No, look at that right there. That proves it right there. There are other people that go, I am deathly afraid of talking to human beings. And I have been my whole life, regardless of a script, regardless of anything else. I'd rather just sit behind the computer or manage the team. Okay. Who in here is like, no, I want to manage the team. I want to be Pace's partner. Okay. Who would rather be my partner while I'm out in the field, you're generating leads and you're managing the virtual assistants? Are you guys starting to understand why you need to know your avatar? Look in the side chat. It is a dramatic difference. Okay. Now, here's what's interesting. Some people go, I am a bit of both. Angelique Jackson. We all are a little bit of both. All of us. Okay. Go and read the book tonight, tomorrow, this weekend. Go read it. You will blow your freaking socks off by reading that book, Rocket Fuel. Why? Because it will show you that you are one of them as a dominant one. Do you guys, I'm actually better than Cody at spreadsheets. I'm better than Cody at estimates. I'm better than Cody at numbers in a lot of regard, partly because I'm 13 years older than Cody, but the other part is I'm just kind of good. Okay, there you go. Anson Rickard says, take the rocket fuel test. It's very revealing. All right. Are you guys starting to understand why you need to choose a different avatar just by going through two of these? Cody Sperber, 100%. No, not Cody Sperber, Cody Barton. Here, let me point something out to you. The fact that you don't know who my partner Cody Barton is in my real estate business tells you what an integrator is. They're not trying to be on camera. They're not trying to be on stage. They're not trying to talk to people. But every time I make 15 grand, who else makes 50% of it? You don't need the person closing. You don't need to be the person closing deals. Does that make sense, everybody? You don't need to be the person going on appointments and closing deals. You don't have to be the warrior. You can be the person manning the castle. Give me a yes. We'll move on to the next one. Okay. Here's the reality. Some of you overthinkers already have 1,000 questions. But what do I wear to work? What color shirt do I wear? What I do? I'm telling you right now what you do. You have to choose your avatar, and I'm just going through the avatars right now. Okay. Alex Penaloza, tell me you showed up late without telling me you showed up late. Okay. So let's go back to work. All right. So the next avatar in the series is direct to agent. Okay. Now I'm going to fight against the direct to seller for a little bit. Okay. Because now I've been so critical of direct to agent up until this point. I'm going to tell you the benefits of direct to agent. Okay. Direct to agent. Okay. So you've got a seller. Every home starts with a seller and the seller's motivation. Okay. Every deal you will ever do always starts with seller's motivation. The problem is a real estate agent, okay, a realtor is what they're called. Real estate agent is what I will call either your advocate or your adversary. Okay? Depends on the personality because some of them are absolutely amazing and some of them are your advocate and some of them are your adversary. And they block. They will not tell you. I'd say 80% of them are going to be your adversary. And by the way, anybody that's in sales right now, okay, anybody that's in any sales, any capacity of sales whatsoever, do you guys land 20% of all the deals you ever do or every prospect you talk to? Is it 20%? Okay. Should we expect real estate to be the same then? Should we expect maybe real estate is the same? You're going to have some challenges. You're going to have, it's a numbers game like any other business. Okay. So do I do direct to agent? Do I do direct agent? No, not on purpose. Do I do a lot of deals with agents? Yes, I do. But I do not reach out to agents. I personally, this is me. Okay. Am I somebody that likes reaching out to real estate agents? No. So this would not be Pace. Who would this be? This would be Jamil. Okay. This would be Jamil. Jamil reaches out to agents directly and he sifts through all the adversaries and essentially scrubs this list and says, I'm going to find, after a lot of hard work, by the way, guys, this is everything you'll ever do in your life that will make you millions of dollars is hard work. So get used to it. If your parents didn't teach you how to work hard, maybe you should just go to your 9-to-5 job because this is hard work all the time. I just enjoy it. I choose to enjoy all this. So Jamil goes to the real estate agents, probably gets 99 no's and gets 1 yes. Then he gets 99 more no's, but he gets 2 yeses. Why is that? Well, because the yes he got 2 weeks ago from agent A is now going to send him typically another deal or 2 per year. Agent A will probably do 2 to 3 deals per year with you. So there's a big advantage that agents can and will do multiple business with you over time. Mary Urietta, we don't cold call. I do not tell you to cold call. I tell you to hire cold callers that have a script themselves. You have no business cold calling. I will tell you right now, I'm going to look at you right in the face. You show me one American who has been consistently cold calling for over 3 months and has built a successful business by they themselves cold calling, and I will give you $5,000. You will not find them. It does not exist. Americans are inherently lazy, and we do not want the anguish of cold calling. We just don't. We take the path of least resistance. And if you have a cold caller that's $1,100 a month that will actually call 8 hours a day and be consistent, and you decide, I'm going to cold call myself, then that means you value your life at $1,100 a month. Americans do not value their lives at $1,100 a month. And they wake up after 2 or 3 days of cold calling and go, holy crap, what a waste of time this is. I'm going to hire somebody else to do this for me. It's kind of like trying to drill out your own cavities. You realize this is not going to work out great for me. I probably should just outsource to a dentist. Yet for some reason, I can tell you cold calling is more agonizing than going to the dentist. You will hire a dentist because your parents told you that's what you do. Normal society tells you that that's what you do. But when it's time to cold call and build a successful business, you'll go, nah, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it myself. No, you won't. You will not do it. I've been doing this long enough to know that Americans will not cold call ever. They'll do it for 3 days. They'll lie to me in my DMs. Pace, I've been cold calling for 3 years, still haven't got my first deal. Guys, it's physically impossible. Let me put it this way. If you spoke nothing but Spanish and cold called people who only spoke English, and you actually were consistent at cold calling motivated sellers that had actual pain, you would get a deal in 30 days. Speaking a different language than them, you could hobble through it in 30 days. It is physically impossible for you not to be successful if you're going to cold call consistently every day as a full-time business. Physically impossible. The problem is Americans will never cold call for you. And somebody's going, oh, well, what about this person? They're lying to you. What about this person? They're lying to you. I've been to their offices. I've traveled the country. I go, show me your operation. I walk in there. I'm like, oh, y'all ain't actually cold calling. You guys actually outsource. Oh, yeah, we outsourced it. Okay, but your YouTube video shows that you guys cold call. Ain't nobody cold calling themselves. So why do you think you should? Okay. If you're on a budget and you don't have money, then I would suggest a different avatar. Okay. Don't cheap out and think you'll be successful by cold calling. You will not be. You will not be successful. Okay. Now, direct to agent is amazing because I'll tell you why. When you are brand new, okay, when you're not Jamil, okay? You're not gangster like Jamil. Jamil's very good. Okay. And you don't sound credible. Guess what? Agents are okay with you not being 100% credible. Okay. You just tell them, I'm a new investor looking for opportunities for my buyers. I need help. And if you call real estate agents, they will go, oh my gosh, yeah, absolutely. The people that are advocates for you and they remember what it was like when they were in your shoes will be genuinely helpful. This is what I call a unicorn agent. They get it. They invest themselves. Oh crap, I did it again, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Okay. You tell the agent, I'm a new investor. I'm looking for opportunities for my buyers. I need help. The real estate agent will go, oh my gosh, yes, I'd be happy to help you. What are you looking for? What are your buyers looking for? And you go, well, I'm actually smart. I actually spoke to real buyers, okay, which will show you how to do that. My buyers want 3-bed, 2-bath houses in Maricopa County under $400,000, and they need blah, 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 blah. The real estate agent says, wow, okay, no, I don't have anything yet, but I will, when I find something, I'll let you know. Okay. How much did that cost? $0. So if you are on a budget and you don't want to hire a cold caller, then I suggest you go direct to agent because you can get a lot of deals without really any cost. Now, Jamil and I did something called the AI challenge, the Astro Blaster software. There is a software, it costs some money. It's like $1,400. Okay. You can have this little software that is AI generated that communicates and text messages agents, like I think 50 agents per hour is what it will text. And it will carry on conversations, okay, with the agents, and the agents think it's a real human being. Okay. There are ways to do this, but again, if you are on no budget, you have no budget, then that's not a good solution for you. Okay. There's a lot of ways to generate leads once you pick your avatar, but you need to pick your avatar. What you cannot do, okay? Look at me. You cannot be successful by knocking doors today and then calling agents tomorrow. That's like Subway sandwiches going, all right, today, guys, the only sandwich we're going to sell is ham and cheese. Next week, we're going to sell hamburgers. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I guess technically they're both sandwiches, and technically we're trying to make food. But how do you build a sustainable business where people know what the hell you do, including yourself? Stop changing your strategies. It's one of the biggest problems with new investors. They go, all right, I'm going to drive for deals today. I'm going to go out with my kids and I'm going to drive for deals and I'm going to look around the neighborhoods. Oh, that's an ugly house. Let's write that down. Oh, that's an ugly house. Let's write that down. That's an ugly house. Let's write that down. Okay, let's go home. They go home and they literally don't call those sellers because they're scared. Okay, well, you failed to do step number 4, which we won't even get to today. We're still on step 3, which is the avatar. Okay, so you're doing the driving for deals thing, and then the next day you watch somebody's YouTube video and they go, you should call agents, and oh yeah, I should, and then you start calling agents and you go, oh wow, that was challenging. I talked to 90 agents, they all said no. Okay, I'm gonna do the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next thing, and then 3 weeks later. Guys, does that sound like a recipe for success? Give me an answer in the side chat. Who is guilty of this? Give me a me in the side chat, because I know all of you are guilty of this. So instead of you saying, I'm lost, I don't know what to do. You got to focus on one avatar for 90 days, guys. You got to focus on 90 days on one avatar. Anson says, damn, 90 days. Bro, I've been doing the same avatar for 10 years, and I feel like I've just barely started. 90 days? Y'all are a mess over here. What have you done in your life that only required 90 days of work? What if you were only a good husband for 90 days? And then for the next 10 years, you pointed to your wife, I was a good husband those 90 days. I was a really great husband for those 90 days. What if your wife is like, hey, sorry, this is maybe grotesque. Some of you husbands are like, man, I got married so I can be a faithful man. And your wife has sex with you for 90 days. And then after that, for 20 years, she says, sorry, I had sex with you for the first 90 days. Are you going to be happy that you got into that marriage? No. What about a woman, traditional relationship? I'm sorry, I'm a traditional guy. A woman says, look, I want to have children. I want to raise a family. What happens if a man goes, I'm going to go to work for 90 days, but on the 91st day, I'm going to quit. And then I'm going to rub it in your face for the rest of your life that I worked really hard for 90 days for our family. Are you guys serious right now? What if you treated your relationships the way you treat your real estate business? What would happen to your relationships? What would happen to your bodies? What if you treated your vehicles the way you treat your real estate business? Holy shit. No wonder you're struggling. Y'all can't stay consistent for 4 minutes. Creative avoidance. Okay? Like we talked about yesterday. Y'all grew up, like me, having people tell you what to do. Because we need that when we're little. But at some point, you turn 18, you become an adult, and then at 18, you go, hold on. Should I go to college or should I not go to college? What college should I go to? And why should I go to that college? And what should be my job and my profession? Okay, I got a job now. Bossy boy, tell me what to do all day long, every day. When am I getting paid? How am I getting paid? Okay, can I get a raise? Please, can I get that is how y'all lived your life all the way up until now. It won't work that way. People will not tell you what to do in business. I don't wake up in the morning and people tell me, Pace, this is what you're doing today. I have to create it from thin mother freaking air every day. Okay? No more of this. I'm struggling. No, you're not. You're not struggling because you ain't even started. Just say, I'm inconsistent and I've been a prisoner of the system for the last 35 years and I needed motivation. Okay? All right. There you go. I don't know why I have my voice hasn't gotten out. Guys, don't give me this analysis paralysis stuff, by the way, okay? Because think about this. Ask yourself this question, okay? I tell this story all the time. It's one of my favorite stories. Check this out. Imagine, okay? Imagine you are on your deathbed. Imagine you're on your deathbed right now, today. You're in the hospital. Close your eyes and think about it. I'll close my eyes as I tell the story. You're in the hospital on your deathbed. Your loved one, your wife, your husband, your two husbands, your two wives, whatever you're into, are standing next to you, holding your hands, and you can hear the heart monitor slowly going beep, 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 and you're about to die. You're about to freaking die. Okay? And the people in the hospital that are there to visit you are the people who you positively impacted during your life. How many people are going to be at the hospital for you as of today? Interesting. Okay. Now, right before you pass away, some person walks in. Okay. You have somebody walk in and they go, hey, you don't know me, but I have this magical potion. And I'm going to give you this magical potion. And once you drink it, you get to magically get one more day of your life back. Let me ask you a question real quick. How many of you have an answer for this? How much are you paying for that vial of liquid for one more day of your life? The answer is everything, all in, everything you have, every asset, every little question comes down. The answer is everything. Everything. If I have $1 million, I'm giving $1 million. If I got 1,000, I'm giving 1,000. Okay? Now, you give this person everything. You give them everything. They give you the vial of liquid. You drink the vial of liquid, and as the liquid is going down your throat, the person says to you, hey, I forgot to tell you. There's a catch, and the catch is that you don't get an extra day of your life back. You have to go back into a random day that you have already lived. It has to be random, and you can't make any decisions differently. You just have to sit as a passenger in your own brain and watch everything you did, how you woke up, the first word you said, you sitting on the toilet, you taking a shower, you fill the warm water on your back, how you spoke to your wife, how you spoke to your employer, how you drove to work. You're going to feel everything, the car you're driving in, the way your house is. How many of you guys are going to feel like you lived life to its absolute fullest if you got randomly put on a day 2, 3, 4 years ago? Yet y'all are overthinking how to start. and in analysis paralysis because you are fearful of losing. Here's the answer. You are dramatically losing every single day. Your analysis paralysis is a poison to your brain. You are already losing. And your analysis paralysis is actually the poison that's keeping you there. When you say, I'm afraid of failure, my answer is, y'all are already failing. Why are you afraid of failure? You should be, if you're so afraid of failure, then take some effing action. Do you guys agree with me? Okay. Don't give me this BS anymore about I got analysis paralysis. The answer is, Pace, I don't value my life. That is what I hear when you say analysis paralysis. I hear I don't value a day of my life. Pace, I'm stuck. I hear I don't value a day of my life enough to go forward with faith. Make sense, everybody? Throw all of that BS language that you tell yourself every single day. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Think about this. What if your daughter, your son, one of your best friends, hell, even me, what if I was able to be a fly on the wall and watch you all day, every day? Would I, at the end of the day, as this little fly, be able to take notes and say, wow, this person literally had no time to do anything but what their life was throwing at them? They had no time at all. Okay, so can we use the excuse of like, I got kids, I got a job, I got a this, can you use any of those BS excuses? Let me sit next to you for a day. Let me watch the stupid things you do and how you waste your time. Guys, I waste time in a lot of ways. Is good, right? I'll go out and I'll blow my driveway. I love doing it. It's therapeutic for me. I got landscapers. I got people. I just enjoy doing some of those things. That stuff is fine. But where are you wasting your time? Could you, instead of driving 15 minutes to get lunch and coming back to your house, could you have just Uber Eats'd it and focused on generating a couple of leads for your business? It's those minute changes. That's it. Do we all agree that if I was a fly on the wall in your house yesterday, tomorrow, today, I would have taken notes? Wow, this person wastes a lot of time. Do we all agree with that? Okay, so can we throw the excuses of I'm too busy, I have analysis paralysis, I'm afraid of failure? Can we throw that out? Because the fact is you are already failing worse than you could be in the worst real estate deal of your life, and there's no way it's as bad as how you're currently failing right now. The worst deal of my life, I would welcome with open arms than be stuck in the place that I was 10 years ago saying, how do I get started? How do I get started is literally the worst failure to be stuck in over and over and over. How do I get started? 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 Take all of that away from me and I will have the worst deal land in my lap. I would open the worst deal with wide open arms, because at least at that point, I have elevated to a new set of problems. I want the elevation to a new set of problems by solving yesterday's problems. We got it? Can we move to the next avatar? Give me a yes. I love the impatient people. They're like, please. Yeah, they're the ones that are probably overthinking. They just want information. Give me more information. I need more information. Just give me more information. And I will change the screen. Thank you for the reminder. All right. Here we go. So direct to agent is a big one. Okay. Direct to agent is a big one. It can be free. In the very beginning, it is free. Okay. So if you're sitting here going, okay, I'm not great at negotiating. Okay. Again, why would I choose direct to agent? It's because you suck at negotiating. That's why you choose direct to agent. Write that down. That's a skill you don't really have to learn. Okay. Up here, direct to seller and direct to seller. Guess what I got to be good at? I got to be good at negotiating. I got to be good at building rapport. Okay. I got to have a skill set of finding pain. Okay. However, the person who is direct to seller, the warrior, they're the ones that come home with the champion belt. They're the ones that dominate. Okay. But if you're brand new to this business and free really appeals to you, okay, and not having to know how to negotiate, when somebody tells me that they're doing direct to agent, this is what I hear. Okay. I hear, I'm new. Agents are my advocate, and that makes my life a little easier. And that allows me to build some motivation and some momentum, build some relationships with these agents, get 1, 2, 3 deals, and then start spending a little bit of that money, right? Remember, every time I say deal, think 15K, 15K, 15K. Go get 1, 2, 3 deals. That's $45,000 in an average wholesale deal. Okay. And spend some of that money on generating some leads outside of real estate agents. But I understand when people want to go direct to agent because you're new and spending money is scary. I get that. I understand that. Okay. All right. Am I yelling enough? Give me some emojis. Am I yelling? Give my thumbs up if I'm doing all right for you, or thumbs down if you think I suck. Wow, a lot of thumbs down. Man, why you guys? Those are thumbs up. Sorry. All right, cool. All right, you guys are liking this. Great. Okay, so there's direct to agent. Now, here's the next one. Okay. Direct to referral partner. Okay. Direct to referral partner. Okay. What is a referral partner? This is probate attorneys. Okay. If you want to learn more about this, go on my YouTube channel. Okay. By the way, if there's a single one of you guys in here that has not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what more does a guy gotta do to get you to subscribe to his gosh dang YouTube channel? Okay. Type in Pace Morby probate attorneys. Okay. Also, financial advisors are a really good one. Okay. You also have retirement homes. Okay. Estate sale companies that are doing estate sales. They can refer business to you. Okay. There's a guy here local in Arizona. His name is Eben Bull. Somebody's going to look it up. I'm going to call Eben Bull. Eben Bull is a guy that I've probably done, I don't know, 20 deals with him. He does only estate sales. So somebody dies and they call him, family members call him and they go, hey, Eben Bull. Yes, that's his real name. Can you come over here and do an estate sale for us and put this all in the driveway and sell stuff and chronicle this stuff and help out? Eben calls me up and goes, hey man, got somebody you might want to call. And he will give me that. Now, here's the problem with this. Okay. The problem with this is that this requires a little bit of credibility. Okay. A little bit of credibility. Anybody in here feel like you would lack credibility right now, starting with this avatar? Give me a yes in the comments. Say, yes, I would be lacking credibility. Okay, so do we automatically know that this is not your avatar? Dar Alfred, just so you know, when somebody tells me that they're a real estate agent, I lose all respect for them when they open up as I'm an agent. I'm just letting you know. That's how I really feel. When you tell me you're an agent and that's your first line, instead of saying, "Hi, I'm a licensed investor," that's different. But if you open up and say, "Hi, I'm a real estate agent," I'm like, "Oh, we're bragging about that?" The one avatar that I don't have on here is how to become an agent, because being an agent is not a way to get into real estate. It's a way to be a slave to somebody else who is in real estate. Do not tell people you're a real estate agent if you want to be respected. Tell people I'm a licensed investor. Okay. Don't brag about being an agent. It's not something to brag about. I'm a licensed agent. Okay. Or I'm sorry, licensed investor. Okay. Dar Alfred says, where do we get that license? By being a licensed real estate agent that also buys real estate and they also invest in real estate. Here's the thing is when people tell me they're an agent, I realize that there's 60,000 real estate agents in Arizona, and less than more than 90% of them do not make a full-time living as a real estate agent. So I know that. So when people say I'm a real estate agent, I go, ooh, damn. Are you in the 90% that can't make a full-time living in this profession? Or are you in the 10% that makes kind of a decent living and the other 1% that actually makes a full-time, like really good living? Yeah, look it up. Google it right now. Google it. What does the average real estate agent make in the country? $44,000 a year? Okay. 87% of real estate agents do not own. Okay. 87% of real estate agents do not own a single rental property. I'm going to say that again so you can write that down and think about that. 87% of real estate agents do not own an investment property. Okay. I know people don't like the answer, especially when you're a licensed real estate agent. You went to a 2-week class and you want to tell me how smart you are, but holy crap, how are they letting real estate agents sell houses? Okay. The reason why real estate agents get into becoming real estate agent is because nobody told them that that is not the pathway to become a real estate investor. Okay. Alfred says today, he says, I learned, okay, I heard a stat today, 15,000 agents let their licenses expire in Florida. Interesting. Okay. Now, are there investors that are there agents that do invest? Yeah. So they should not start out by saying I'm a real estate agent. You should start out by saying I'm an investor. Let me ask you a better question. Would you rather go around telling people I'm a real estate investor or tell people I'm a real estate agent? Which one would you rather tell people? The agents are always going to say both because they think their $1,200 2-week class actually means something to people who actually own real estate. It doesn't. In fact, most real estate investors prefer not to work with agents. Okay. Look at Open Door. Open Door OfferPad is trying to, and Zillow is trying to destroy the agent model. What does that tell you about how people respect agents? Okay. I'm not trying to insult agents. I'm trying to get you guys to understand that becoming an agent is not the way to get into real estate. Okay. Think about it. When most agents went to school, they thought, oh, this is the way to get into real estate. It's not. Your brokers didn't teach you how to invest. Your brokers don't teach you how to do really anything. Nobody teaches you guys how to comp or look at real estate as an opportunity for yourself. What you learn as a real estate agent is how to serve people who are in real estate. Okay. It is not the way to get into real estate. There are much faster ways to get into buying real estate, owning real estate, wholesaling real estate, fixing and flipping real estate. It does not require a real estate license. Okay. So I get a lot of people that say, Pace, I want to get started in real estate. I'm going to go get my license. And I say, how does that benefit you? Okay. There you go. Marcia, I love that. She says, I'm an investor who happens to be a licensed agent. That is amazing. I would also now, when somebody says I'm an investor and the next person says I'm an investor who's a licensed agent, guess which one I respect more? The one that's an investor that is a licensed agent. Now you see how I do respect agents. I just want you to stop telling people you're an agent. Okay. Tell people you're an investor, not a real estate agent. When you tell people I'm a licensed real estate agent, they think, oh, you're going to try and sell me a house or list my property. Okay. Linda wants to correct me. She says, well, actually, it's a little longer than 2 weeks of school. With the changes coming in National Association of Realtors, I think it's valuable for this reason. I agree. But when you guys are out selling homeowners' largest asset, and 99% of agents that have a license don't know how to actually comp a property or understand the value of real estate without looking at maybe Zillow themselves. You know how many agents I watched actually pull up Zillow as a way to comp properties? I'm like, oh my gosh, they're letting you guys sell people's largest asset. This is bonkers. Okay. Tell people you're an investor first, and then tell them that you're a licensed agent. Okay. You will have a blast by just letting people know that. Okay. I love agents. I love working with agents. I think they're amazing, but I want to work with unicorn agents that understand investing first. Otherwise, I don't have anything to talk about. Okay. If you're an agent that agrees with me, most agents don't actually know what they're doing. And most agents would never come into this because they're out there looking for listings. If you agree with me, give me a little thumbs up. Okay. I'm not talking to the unicorn agents. And by the way, if you're in here, you are a unicorn agent. You're trying to learn other things besides putting a stick in somebody's yard and saying houses for sale. Okay. Don't get defensive. Okay. Don't get defensive. Understand that if you and I sat down for an hour, you'd walk away going, yeah, you're right. Okay. So direct to referral, this is a full-time business for some people. You are not going to run into a lot of people that do this as a full-time business. Okay. Why? Because you are relying on probate attorneys, retirement homes, estate sales, financial advisors as a way to get business. Can you make good money? Yes. Last year, I believe our company brought in about $500,000 in income between wholesale. Okay. WS means wholesale, some fix and flip, and some buy and hold deals. Okay. My probate attorneys, I only have 3 of them that send me business. That's all you really need. I have 3 probate attorneys. You have Riley Dana in Arizona. He's awesome. Okay, a lot of people know Riley Dana. You guys can look him up on my YouTube channel. We do a lot of interviews with Riley Dana and a couple of other investors. I have another guy named, or not investor. I have a guy named Giancarlo. Probably made $200,000 with him just last year. Okay, so probate attorneys are amazing. If you guys want to learn how to reach out to probate attorneys in the scripts, go and do that on my YouTube channel. But I'm going to tell you, most people should not be doing this. You will not have the credibility. Okay. It's not a great place to start. I think it's a great place to add to your business as you move forward. Okay. So I rarely will ever see somebody in the side chat say, hey, actually, I'm a direct to referral business person as a full-time endeavor. Okay. It's very, very rare. Okay. Very rare. Now, next one. Okay. The next one, this one is, let's see here. Let me see if I think this is the last of my farmers. I think it's the last of my farmers. Let's just double check for a second. The people who actually go out and drum up business. Okay. Actually, there's one more. The mirror board is wanting to be really slow. So let me just shrink it down for a minute. Okay, so right here, direct to referral. Number 5, going into real estate agents. Okay. Number 5 is a unicorn agent. Okay. Unicorn agent. If you want to learn more about unicorn agents and you want to get like a whole hour-and-a-half dedication just to that exact one person, what I would do is I would go on YouTube and I would go and watch Monique Walker. Okay, type in Monique Walker wholesale hotline. Okay, this is what I believe a licensed real estate agent should be doing. She is not looking for listings. Okay, she understands that as a licensed agent, she has a level above everybody else because the general public respects a licensed agent more than they respect anybody else because that's what they've been trained to do. Okay. So what does a unicorn agent do? Here's a seller, okay? Monique Walker or somebody on her team, okay, she's got a team now. Monique Walker will show you every day she spends 3 hours a day cold calling herself. Now, is she cold calling just random people? No, she's not. She's calling typically, okay, her sphere of influence. Okay, so she has friends and family she's calling. So she has a sphere of influence. She also calls expired listings. Okay, she also calls foreclosures. She also calls a handful of other lists. Okay, and I'll show you guys where these lists come in tomorrow. Show you guys how to do that tomorrow. Okay, so Monique, when she calls a seller, let's say, for example, an expired listing. Let's use that as an example. An expired listing, again, for people that don't know, here's the seller. I just bought one. I just bought a house. So I'll give you a really good example of one. Agent. These are the agents I don't love. These are the agents I love. Same thing with wholesalers, same thing with investors. There's good and bad in every profession. So the agents that are mad at me, just understand I'm not talking about you. Agents that I'm talking, you guys are right here, okay? You guys are the unicorn agents. The agents that are probably make up about 99% of the profession are the ones that say wholesaling is illegal. They're the ones that say creative finance is illegal because they don't know, right? And they're not investing themselves. So how would they know? I totally get that. I have a property on 4101 West Flower. Okay, a really great example of what an expired listing is. Okay, so 4101 West Flower. You can go pull it up. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. You can see I just closed on it not more than 30 days ago. Okay, real estate agent tells the seller this. How do I know? Because I spoke to the seller. She tells the seller, hey, I can sell this house in 1 month. The seller, name's Bob. Bob goes, all right, I'm going to go move to Missouri back to where I want to live. I actually don't really love Arizona. I'm going to go to Missouri and I'm going to go buy another house. So Bob moves. And guess what Bob now has? Bob now has 1 house payment and 2 house payments. And this one is vacant so that he could give his agent a full-fledged opportunity to sell the house. Okay, a vacant property is a lot easier to sell than one that people are living in. Okay, because the agent can now do showings and open houses and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so what happens is 100 days passes by. Okay, this is where I do agent outreach, is after 100 days. My team or myself, when I was in the business doing the outreach, I don't do the outreach anymore, my team does that. I would reach out to the agent directly and I would say, hi, notice the house has been on the market for a little over 100 days. Any update or anything that is happening that I should be aware of? Is there anything wrong with the house? Okay. Agent usually will get defensive about that question. Some of them don't because they're awesome. And they'll go, no, it's just maybe the seller needs this number. A lot of times you'll get the seller needs this number, let's say 300K. They need that number and we're not getting offers on it yet. So we're just keeping on. Okay, cool. And I asked the agent, I said, would your seller take terms? Okay, what do you think the agent says? The agent says, no, my seller's not interested. Okay, no problem. We'll call you in 20 days. So 120 days. Guess what the agent says? No. 140 days. Agent says no. 160 days. Agent says no. 180 days. Agent says no. On 181st day, guess what the agent gets? They get fired. Called an expired listing. The agent now, the seller calls the agent and says, hey, this isn't working out. Our agreement was for 6 months only. I'm going to let you go, and I'm just going to try and rent the property out myself, okay? Or they go and hire a different agent, okay? So they get fired on 181st day. Guess what, guys? Did you know that firing of that agent is public info? The public is made aware of that agent getting fired. Give me a thumbs up if you just learned something. Okay? The agent just got fired in this public information. So somebody like me who's already been reaching out to the agent is like, okay, no problem. I now no longer am going to go around the agent. By the way, for you agents, okay, look at me. For you agents in here that think I don't like agents, why didn't I just call the seller directly on 101 days? Why didn't I just go around the agent and go to the seller? Because I respect real estate agents and I respect their job and I respect them as human beings. And I think that they provide a valuable service to the marketplace. I respect their agency and I do not go around agents until they get fired. And at that point, I am no longer going around the agent. Okay. And you can agree that there probably are a lot of wholesalers or real estate investors that go, all right, this agent's not giving me what I want. I'm going to go around the agent. And because I'm not willing to do that, I have lost out on deals because I'm trying to be ethical, even when the agent is not submitting my offer to the seller. If that doesn't show you my respect for agents, I don't know what else should. My anger and my terse tone is to try and convince people who think being a real estate agent makes them a real estate investor. They need to understand that that is not the truth. Because I'm trying to save people from going and becoming agents thinking that somebody's going to teach you how to be a real estate investor at your broker's office. That does not exist. They do not teach you how to do that. They say, go do open houses and get listings. Okay. So of course, I respect agents. So in this situation, there's no more agents standing between us. Okay. This is now an expired listing. I call the seller directly. But going back to my example, okay, I'll come back to the unicorn agent. Okay. This is essentially what Monique Walker is doing. Okay. But in this exact example, this is Pace and Pace's team, or maybe one of Pace's sub 2 students is doing this and then selling the deal to me, whatever it may be. Okay. Right now, I'm probably doing like 20% of my Arizona deals with 2 students are selling me a ton of deals. Okay. 20% of my deals in Arizona are coming from 2 students. They're primarily focusing on expired listings. Okay. So we reach out to the seller and we say, hey, we pitched terms to your agent. And the seller says, what? Are you kidding me? Nobody ever brought up terms to me. Okay. I bought this property subject to. And the agent missed out on, I believe, a $9,000 commission because they didn't want to admit to me that they did not know how to do subject to. Instead, they just lied and said the seller was not interested. Okay, this happens probably once or twice a month. We get a deal this exact way. Okay, so in this situation, you could see how a real estate agent that is smarter than the average real estate agent, such as Monique Walker, okay, she would call Flower and she would say, hey, this is where becoming a unicorn agent comes in. I can list your property just like the other agent did, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is where agents do a really poor job. They do not tell their sellers the truth. Why? Why do they not tell the sellers the truth? It's because if you told them the truth, they wouldn't hire you. And the last agent didn't tell them the truth either. And sometimes it's because you don't know the truth, and that's okay too. Okay, this is not criticism. This is not being negative. It is telling you what is happening. If you told the seller, hey, there's no way we're selling this property. The market's going down. You don't have any equity. Do you think the seller's going to hire you? No. This is why agents say this stuff. Okay. Monique Walker is amazing because she says, look, I can list your property, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And I'm going to tell you that your house is not worth the $300,000 that you need to sell. And so I'm going to give you a couple of other options. I have investors that buy on cash, and I will see if they want to come in and offer a cash price for this. Okay. This is where unicorn agents dominate. They come in and they give other options to their seller. Okay. I'm going to give you option C, which may be a hedge fund. Okay. Somebody like Colony, somebody like American Homes for Rent, somebody like Invitation Homes, somebody like even OfferPad, okay, or even Open Door, okay. There's 1,000 hedge funds that would buy properties like this as long as it fits their buy box. So Monique actually says, I will pitch this to my local investors, I'll pitch this to hedge fund buyers, and I will also give you an option of a creative solution. And she actually writes out all of these solutions to the seller, and she becomes an absolute beast because she's coming with all the options. She also even will pitch a novation. Okay. And don't tell me if you're a licensed real estate agent that novations are illegal in your state. They are not. We have never ran into a state that you cannot do a novation in. You just have to call them something different. Okay. In Arizona, it's called a seller net listing. Okay. And yes, you can do them. In other markets, they're called something else, or you can even just do a partnership with the seller. Okay. So, as a unicorn agent, you're actually providing solutions to the seller that nobody else was willing to do. These are the agents I love working with. Okay. These are the agents I love working with. They actually learn how to be ultimate superheroes in the real estate space. Okay. Who in here is a unicorn agent? Give me a side chat. Type in unicorn agent. There you go. There you go. Now, these are the agents you want to aspire to become. So when you guys hear me criticize real estate agents, do you understand now the difference between what I'm talking about and what agents should be? You agents that had their feelings hurt 15 minutes ago, do you now understand why I don't like the agent who has failed listings because they were scared to tell the seller, here's 5 other options. And by the way, your number is not going to sell because I know what the market is. Okay. And by the way, how many of you agents, I'm talking only to the agents, also dislike those agents that I'm talking about? Okay. There you go. Now, can you understand where I'm coming from when I tease the real estate agents that only do listings and only deal with retail buyers? The people that thought I was teasing them, you understand I am not talking about you. Give me a yes or I understand in the side chat so we can move on. I love these agents. I freaking love these agents so much. They are so amazing. My wife is a unicorn agent. Okay. This is why my wife is in the top. Well, you know, the reality is to be in the top 1% of real estate agents. Do you know how many houses you have to sell to be in the top 1% of real estate agents in Arizona? Does anybody know? How many houses a year do you have to sell to be in the top 1%? It's less than 10 to be in the top 1%. Okay. Do you now know why I criticize 99% of real estate agents? Okay. There you go. All right. Now, what I love about Monique Walker is she can go and find deals because she is doing direct to seller as a real estate agent. Okay. She's doing direct to seller as a real estate agent. Okay, cool. Has this been helpful for a lot of people? We've only gotten through a couple of them. I'm going to keep going. These next ones are really fast. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go down. Let's see, probably 20, 30. Okay, cool. So number one, okay, direct. I'm going to call it DTS, direct to seller. This is a visionary. This is more of a pace type. Okay. A little rambunctious, loves to be in appointments. Okay. Direct to seller integrator. That is my partner, Cody Barton. You can go follow him on Instagram, see what kind of content he puts out. It's very different than the content I put out. Obviously, you should probably read the book Rocket Fuel. It'll help you understand this relationship. You'll also, for you guys that have really great marriages, you'll also read that book Rocket Fuel and you'll say, holy moly, this is, you guys can hear me. Tell me you guys can hear me. Hey, if you just showed up, please do not ask questions. Okay? If you showed up to something that started 2 hours and 40 minutes ago, you are not allowed to ask questions. Okay? I'm sorry to be rude to you, but you are not allowed to go and ask me questions. How about now? Does that sound a lot better? What? My volume's all the way up. It's popping up on my, oh, okay. Better now? I can hear you now. Worse? The sound keeps cutting out. Hold on a second. All right. How about that? How's that sound? Good? All right, cool. I just had to restart my little audio thing. I think I was yelling too much. Guys, if you're asking a question of what DTS means, it means you showed up late. Don't ask questions when you show up 2 hours late. Okay? Show up on time. I just did 2 hours on DTS, and you're coming in here 2.5 hours late and asking, what is that? Don't do that. And don't tell me to shut down the chat. I'll jump through here and kick you in the butt. Okay? All right, so we talked about direct to seller visionary, direct to seller integrator. We also talked about direct to agent, okay? Real estate agent, direct to real estate agent. We then talked about direct to referral partner, okay? And then we just talked about unicorn agents. Okay? Just talked about unicorn agents. All right? These are the last avatars that actually find deals. Okay? People that are actually finding deals. Every other avatar that you will hear about today will be somebody who relies on one of these people to actually get a deal. Okay? There are another 16 avatars that I will cover shortly And all 16 rely on these 5. Does everybody understand that? Okay. All of these, okay, are the people that get deals. They actually create opportunities. Everybody else relies, okay, everybody underneath this line relies on these people to do all the deal creation in order for them to make money. Okay. Now, people are going to ask me, can I be more than one avatar? Are you avatared right now? Are you avatared? The reason why you are failing is because you want to be more than one thing in the very beginning. I'm not going to answer that question because you already know the answer to that question. Don't deviate and guys, guess what? I'm out of the 21 avatars, I'm probably 17 of them. But I started by focusing on one. So stop being avatared and stop focus. I'm going to focus on 3. Okay. I'm a married man, so my analogies always go to being a married man. Think about this. Is it maybe better if I'm looking to get married and build a family? Is it maybe better for me to date one woman for a while before I then start dating another woman instead of being the guy that's going on 4 different dates a week with 4 different women? How do you keep them straight? How do you give them a chance? How do you ask them questions and deep dive into their life and really show them respect? If you're out there dating 4 or 5 of them, are you really doing them a service and yourself a service to figure them out? The answer is no. I'm sorry. You don't date. You want to date around with your business? Sorry. Okay. Emma Smith. I'm not going to answer that. Don't be avatared and say, I'm going to do 2 at the same time. Choose one. Okay. Now, here is, in my opinion, one of the greatest ways to get started in real estate. Okay. Let me change up my screen. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. These people never really have to create the lead. Okay. They don't have to create the lead. You're not going to want to hear this. Some of you entrepreneurs are really going to hate this. Work for someone else. I have a lot of my students, okay? So let's say, I got a really great example. Daniel Quijano, okay? One of our great leaders in sub 2. We got probably a good 1,000 awesome leaders in sub 2 across the country. Dan Quijano is a really awesome, very vocal one. You see him all the time, 3 days a week. He runs our sales training on Monday night, Wednesday night, Friday night inside of sub 2, right? If you guys are in sub 2, you already know we do 36 Zooms a week. And a lot of the leaders run those Zooms, okay? Dan Quijano, when new students come into the program, he has some of them come and work underneath him on his acquisition team. Guess what? Go look at Jasper's video that we just did the other day. He got a $47,000 assignment fee by working, this is Jasper right here, by working on Dan Quijano's team. Guess what Jasper gets to learn? Jasper gets to learn negotiation. He gets to watch Quijano go generate leads. Quijano has cold callers. Quijano has leads coming in. Quijano has a real business doing wholesaling, crushing it. And guess what? Jasper has a person to talk to every day about, hey, how could I do better? Could you listen to that phone call I had with the seller? Oh, okay. Where'd this lead come from, Quijano? Okay. working for someone else, if you are in the situation to be able to work for someone else, is a wonderful cheat code. Okay. In fact, I wish when I was right home from Korea, I went to Korea on my Mormon mission. I wish I came home and immediately just worked for somebody else's wholesale business. This is a cheat code. Find a sub 2 student that has been in sub 2 for 1 year or longer and go and work for them. Now, you're going to have a hard time because sub 2 students typically only want to hire existing sub 2 students because of their constant training. Again, they get 36 Zooms a week for their entire life. These are live Zooms happening every single week. Okay. But if you are a new sub 2 student, then go work for an existing sub 2 student that's been in the program for a year or longer. Okay. They have staying power. They're doing deals. That is a cheat code. Now, one thing I told my sisters, okay, is I told my sisters, I said, if you go and work for an escrow office, this is one of the greatest cheat codes. You can get paid to find cash buyers because guess what? The escrow company is the company that's handling all the paperwork on every single file. Do you guys think that if you worked at a title and escrow company as an escrow assistant or an escrow officer, you would maybe know every buyer in town, every real estate agent in town that's actually doing deals? Do you think you would know every lender in town? What do you guys think? Give me a yes or a no in the comments. Okay. So I bet a lot of you guys didn't even think about this as an opportunity. Go and work for someone else. Get paid to learn how to be in the business. Guess what? One of my mentors, Ken McElroy. Who knows Ken McElroy? Okay, he has 6,000 multifamily units. Okay. Guess what Ken McElroy's son did? His son went and worked as a loan officer for a hard money lender. Here are the people I would not work for. I would not work for an agent. Okay, unless they are a unicorn agent. Do not work for people that do not do real estate investing. Okay, unicorn agents. And I also would not work as a loan officer unless it's a loan officer at a hard money company. Do we know the difference? Okay. Should I go work at a loan officer's company if they're giving loans to homeowners that are not investing in real estate? Or should I maybe be a loan officer working at a hard money company giving loans to investors? Okay. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, you want to go and get a job and start making money today, go become a loan officer for a hard money company. Go become an agent and work underneath a unicorn agent. Make sense? All right. Can you believe 100 people already left? Sissies. Those were the other agents. Those were the 99% of agents that don't like me. All right. Go work for someone else. This is a cheat code. Escrow officers get paid, man. They get paid, I'd say $80,000 to $100,000 a year for a decent one. If you get a good escrow officer, you get paid $150,000 a year. I think that's a great way to learn everything there is to learn about real estate. Okay? Everything. Hey guys, as you knuckleheads, as you guys are knuckleheads and you're not sub 2 students, let me answer a question for you. We have hundreds of sub 2 students in every single market, everywhere. You name the city, they are there. Okay. No more of, hey, are there sub 2 students there? The answer is yes. Okay. So be a loan officer for our hard money lender. I really wish. Did you guys know that I was a loan officer for 2 years? I thought that was a way to get into real estate. How stupid was I? Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. Oh my gosh. Dumb just means I was inexperienced. I thought that if I worked for a loan officer, I would actually learn real estate. You don't learn real estate. Okay? You do not learn real estate as a loan officer. You learn how to give loans to homeowners. That is not the same thing. Okay? Work for someone. Now, how many people in here are like, I would rather just work for a sub-2 student? How many people in here are like, you know what, honestly, I should just become a licensed loan officer? Okay, are you now understanding why I am going through the Avatar series? Because so many people are like, me, dude, actually, I didn't even think about that. How many people did not even think about that as an opportunity? Crazy, right? And is it crazy that we've only gone through 6 of the 21 avatars? How much time and energy do you think I've put into this? How much time and education I've had to go into to dissect people's personalities to figure out just these 6? Has anybody ever seen anybody break down avatars like this in the real estate business? I've literally never seen any educator do it. Never seen it. No, nobody. You guys have paid 35 grand for educators that have not broken down real estate as granular as I have just in the last couple of hours. Who thinks they paid the most money in real estate education in here? 35 grand. Anybody have paid 60 grand or 100 grand for a real estate education? There you go. Dwayne. Okay. Dwayne says he paid $100,000. Dwayne Winkle. 25K, 75K. Tim Mitchell, did you get as much information or as live activity as I'm giving you in here? Okay. I'm telling you. Okay. I'm telling you, I am just trying to get you guys to get on your feet, take action, work with my sub-2 community, work with the Gator tribe, work with the transaction coordinators, work with, okay. Also, guess what? Guess who else you could work for? This is another one. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if you could work for a transaction coordination business? Do you think I handle any of my transactions once they're under contract? I literally don't touch them. I get a contract, I'm done. It was the last time I saw that. The transaction coordinator, okay? Here's my team. We do so many deals. I have a Molly. Okay. I have an Allison. Allison is my head transaction coordinator. And we have Shelly. We have Hannah. And we have Alyssa. I have a 5-girl team because of how many deals I'm doing. They are literally, no, we are not hiring. I will, and by the way, I will only hire a sub-2 student that lives in Arizona, just so you know. I will absolutely not hire a non-sub-2 student. Okay. Eric says, Molly is a badass. She is amazing. Okay. And yes, I only hire women. I cannot work with men. Okay. Okay. And I don't care if you are, it's not a female thing. Yeah, it is. Actually, it is a female thing. I just had 8 sisters. I work way better with women. I don't like working with men. I just don't. Sorry. I'm sexist. You can hate me. Sue me. Sue me. Okay. I work better with women. I think I just grew up in a family primarily full of women. I just work better with them. Okay. So could you work as a transaction coordinator? Maybe could you work as Alyssa? Okay. Alyssa is a brand new hire. If I called Alyssa right now and I said, hey, Alyssa, are you learning anything? Alyssa, are you in here, by the way? No. Here, let's call her real fast. It's only 7. Let's bother her. Can you guys hear this ring? By the way, I've never called her. My team talks to her. We'll see if she answers.
your call is.
She's like, you can't call me this late at night. 7 o'clock. Let's call Allison real fast. It's family night.
Hello?
Hi, what's for dinner?
I don't have anything going.
Oh my gosh.
We're starving tonight.
Hey, I've got about 1,000 people on a live Zoom right now.
Oh, hi.
Everybody say hi to Allison. So Allison, just one quick question. Do you think working as a transaction coordinator, especially on my team, doing like creative transactions has taught you more about real estate than maybe multiple years combined?
Oh my gosh, for sure. I was actually telling Molly that the other day. Like, there was a realtor that was getting sassy with me, and I was like, I could destroy cheat knowledge, right?
Oh,
For sure.
isn't that funny that like even real estate agents think they know all the things, but I say this to people all the time. The person that knows the most about how real estate works is a transaction coordinator or an escrow officer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I've learned so much. I've been with Pace a year now, and it's unbelievable what I've learned.
You're amazing. Thank you. That's all I need.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Could you guys hear her? Okay. So, did you hear what she said? She said she's worked for me for a year, and she learned more in 1 year than she did in 10 years combined about real estate. And she said that she had an agent get sassy with her a couple of days, and she said, "Excuse me, I could clean the floor with you about my real estate knowledge." Okay? So, do you think maybe working for another transaction coordinator and on their team handling other people's real estate transactions is a pretty awesome opportunity? Okay. Now, I'm going to actually tell you guys that is the next avatar. Okay. So, yes, you can work. You can be Alyssa, right? You can be Alyssa. She's working for a transaction coordination team. That is avatar number 6. But let's jump into avatar number 7. Is anybody learning anything today? Just imagine what my sub 2 students learn. Holy moly. What if you are the actual transaction coordinator? Okay. Think about this. Okay. Think about this. Let's say here's the seller. They got their house. And if they have their house, they also have motivation to sell. Okay. A wholesaler who doesn't know their butt from a hole in the ground, that also was me for a very long time. I didn't know how to fill out paperwork. I didn't know how to do this stuff. So I relied on a transaction coordinator. Okay. So here's what the transaction coordinator does. There's a contract here. That contract goes to the title company. Okay. The title company sits there and looks at the contract, and they basically do the transfer of title. Okay. That's what title company does. They transfer the title from the seller to the buyer over here. Okay. Now, sometimes the buyer has lenders involved, private money lenders involved, hard money lenders involved, whatever, right? The buyer might have a bank involved, whatever. Who is communicating with all of these people is the transaction coordinator. The transaction coordinator is typically running point on all of these people, okay? So the transaction coordinator makes sure that this whole entire transaction is being clean and nice and everybody's communicating and handling things. What happens if the seller is in foreclosure? Who stops the foreclosure? The transaction coordinator does. What if there's an addendum that needs to be written, right? The transaction coordinator does that. Okay. What happens now? Pay attention to this. This is where a massive opportunity lies with transaction coordinators. Let's say a transaction coordinator is getting paid, I don't know, $750 for the file. By the way, the buyer ends up paying for that. Okay. And let's say that they're getting paid $750. Okay. By the way, how many women in here? Not a lot of men are going to be great at transaction coordination because men are not as detail oriented, but how many women in here would be amazing at transaction coordination? Okay, here's Alyssa calling right now. Oh, I just missed her. She's like, oh my gosh, Pace never calls. I've literally, since we hired her, I have not called her once.
Hello.
Are you like, why is this guy calling me?
Well, no, so my phone didn't ring and we were getting Bennett situated with a movie. And then I sat down and I was like, what the heck? Pace called me.
Oh, so the only reason I'll ever call you is if I've got 1,000 people on a Zoom, just so you know.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay, I have a question for you because I'm trying to tell people that being a transaction coordinator is a really great opportunity for people to learn how to do real estate.
Yes.
And I was like, let me call Alyssa. We just hired her. By the way, everybody on the team adores you.
Oh, thank you. I adore the team.
Are you enjoying working for the team, and are you learning a lot?
I am learning so much. And it's so funny because at dinner, I was just sitting there and we were reflecting and talking about like how crazy our life has gotten just in the past couple of weeks. And I am like so thankful because I'm learning so much. The team is amazing and I have nothing but great things to say.
And you're getting paid, correct?
And I'm getting paid.
Okay, so I'm telling people that one of the best ways to get started in real estate is to actually go have a paid position as a transaction coordinator to be in a place where you're not stressed out about money and you're learning along the way.
Exactly. No, it's such a great arena to learn in because like you just said, there's no stress and you are learning all the ins and outs because there are so many ins and outs to real estate. So no, it's a great way.
Okay, that's all I needed. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, are you convinced that being a transaction coordinator is probably a pretty badass place to do that? Okay. Now, Molly, my team member, she's my COO. She is actually putting transaction coordination training together. She's been doing it for my sub 2 community for basically the last, I don't know, year or so. She's been doing it for inside of sub 2 for about a year, every Wednesday and every Thursday. Okay. But she is starting something called top tier transactions. Okay. And what she's doing, she's teaching people how to become a transaction coordinator like herself. Okay. If you guys want, email Molly at pacemorby.com, and she will get you on the waiting list for teaching you how to become a transaction coordinator. Molly at pacemorby.com. And don't be a dummy and say, hi, I'm interested in blah, blah, blah. Tell her your name and say, hi, my name is Pace Morby. Pace was talking about it earlier. I am interested in potentially getting on the list to learn how to be a top tier transaction coordinator. Okay. There you go. Okay. There you go. Now, some of you guys will continually ask questions like, hey, I want more information about each one of these avatars. Okay. If you're like, I want more information about virtual assistant management, go to my YouTube channel and type in Pace Morby 02 Hero. Okay. Pace Morby 02 Hero. Okay. There you go. Boom. So going back to it, think about this. This is actually where the opportunity lies. Not only are you going to learn a lot, get paid money. Okay. You're going to learn a lot and get paid money. Guess what else you're going to get? What happens if your wholesaler who hires you for the transaction, okay, or the agent, right? By the way, agents hire transaction coordinators too. If you're an agent and you've hired a transaction coordinator before, please say me in the side chat. There you go. Yes, Gator Lending is one of the avatars. I will get to it in a little bit. It's actually next. Okay. So you see all the me's right there? Those are the people that hire transaction coordinators. Guess what a good transaction coordinator will do? They will get hired by the wholesaler and they will handle this whole transaction. But guess what else they will do? They will be the person that says, hey, wholesaler, it looks like you haven't found your buyer yet. What if I find the buyer? Can I get paid a part of your assignment fee? Do you think that the transaction coordinator maybe knows some buyers? Do you think a good transaction coordinator knows buyers? Okay. So do you think as a transaction coordinator, let's do the math. Somebody do the math for me. How can I make $150,000 a year if I divide that into $750, which is kind of the average TC fee? Somebody do that math for me. How many files do I need to do? No, you do not need to be a license. You do not need a license to be a transaction coordinator. Okay, Julie Daniels. Thank you, Julie. Appreciate that. 200. Okay, 200. Divide that by 12. How many files do I have to do per month? Help me out here, guys. Sorry, I don't have my phone in front of me. Help me out. Okay, 16, 17. Okay, 17 files per month. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. Hey, Jay, man, y'all engineers are prisoners, man. Y'all engineers are prisoners of your own mind. Do you know that, Jay? I can already tell you're an engineer. Jay, you there?
Hi.
Do you do something that's technical for a job?
Not even a little bit. I'm
What-
a creative.
What do you do?
I'm a creative writer and musician and a full-time mom.
Wow, I was way off. I'm so sorry.
No,
Okay,
it's okay.
Jay.
And honestly, the only reason I looked that up is because remember how you were giving people the salaries on loan coordinators and things? So I was like, oh, here, let me put that.
Okay, so
That's
here,
all.
this is a great point you're bringing up, Jay. Am I saying your name right, by the way?
Yes, and it is an honor to speak to you.
Thank you so much. Jay, remember when I said working for someone else?
Yes.
That $45,000 a year is actually pretty accurate. We pay our girls, I think, up like around $60,000, $70,000 a year,
Okay.
but they are not running their own transaction coordination business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to learn how to be a transaction coordinator and run a business, that is different than going and working for somebody else's business, right?
Yes.
By the way, it sounds like I'm yelling, but it seems like the microphone requires me to yell. That's why I'm yelling.
No, you're fine.
Okay. So if you want to learn how to be, you sound like somebody that's like, damn, I could be a transaction coordinator.
Yes, I'm very interested because I'm someone who doesn't have capital and I'm older. I'm 39. I have kids,
Older?
and so
Don't
yes.
insult me, Jay. I'm 40.
But look where
babies.
you are.
We're
I
babies.
don't have anything built, you know?
I know a lot of people that start at 55, 60 years old that go and crush it. So don't worry about that.
Thank you.
I promise you, you don't. Real estate's the one thing. It doesn't matter how late you start, just as long as you start.
I'm taking action no matter what pace. Like I have a special needs child and then I also have the toddler, but I'm just taking action
Hell
as much
yes.
as possible.
Screw it
I
all up.
refuse.
Screw it all up for the
Absolutely.
kids. Okay. Does that help you answer your question, Jay?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay. Email Molly at Pace Morby and say, hey, I want to be on the waiting list. I think she's like taking 10 people or something. I don't know. I'm not involved.
Okay, I wrote it down already.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
It's MOLLY. MOLLY. Okay, guys? Molly at pacemorby.com. By the way, it's also on the screen. Okay. And if you are a knucklehead and you didn't look at the screen and you ask me how to spell Molly, type the word knucklehead. You'll probably still ask me how to spell that too. Okay. Knucklehead. All right. So thank you, Jay, for that. So do you guys see the opportunity here? What and I just made up this number Somebody in the side chat, why 15? Why 150,000? I don't know. Hot damn. What do you want me to do? Get out a spreadsheet? Because 150 grand is what I think everybody should be making a year. Are you guys excited to make 50 grand a year working for somebody else for the rest of your life? I think most people could probably make $15,000 a month and be okay. So I just threw out 150,000 bucks. Okay? That's it. Don't overthink it. You overthinkers? I just made it up, 150,000. So I'm trying to show you, you do 17 transactions a month. By the way, my team alone does more than 17 transactions a month by itself. Do you think that there's more than enough opportunity as a transaction coordinator out there in the world? Okay, cool. Now, think about this though. Not only are you part of 17 transactions every month in order to make 150 grand, but you also get to go to this wholesaler and say, wholesaler, can I help find your buyer for you? And let's say 10% of the transactions you do in a year, just 10%, 1 out of 10, you go and help the wholesaler find the buyer. And how are you going to find the buyer? Well, if you're a transaction coordinator, you know all the buyers. Does that make sense? Okay. So out of 10% of those, let's say the wholesaler makes 15K, you go find the buyer on their deal and you say, hey, I'll find the buyer for you if you split the assignment fee. Think about this. 200 transactions, okay, times 0.1, that's 20. 20 times 7,500. What's 20 times 7,500? I think it's probably another 150 grand. I think. Help me out. There you go. So you make $150,000 a year by being a TC, working from home, okay? And then you make another $150,000 by helping your wholesalers or real estate agents find the end buyer from your previous clientele. Are we on the same page here? Do we see the opportunity? Now, what I do for my girls, okay, because I don't ever want my girls to leave. I want my girls to retire rich with me. I give up 20% of all my equity in my business, all my real estate that I buy, 20%. I give it up to my team. I have about 15 people that split that 20%. Okay. So my girls like Allison, Alyssa, if they stay with me for 10 years, you are only allowed to use my girls if you are a sub-2 student. My girls will not work for a non-sub-2 student. Okay, they don't want to sit there and train you all day long. Okay. Okay. 20% of my real estate holdings will go to my team. Jackson says, are you hiring? Jackson, you are a male. I will not hire a male. I'm sorry. I apologize. Maybe Molly would hire you, but I won't. Okay. And you only hire sub-2 for TVs. What's a TV? I missed that one. Oh, TC. Yeah. I will only do business. I only buy deals from sub-2 students. I only do deals with sub-2 students or Gator Tribe. That's it. I'm sorry. The challenge, you saw me lose my patience yesterday. I think the second I turned 40, I was like, oh my gosh. I'll give you a good example. Oh my gosh, I could give you a great example, but I'll get deviated. So I'll keep it really short. I have this guy. I had to actually send him an email a couple of days ago. I said, please stop sending me deals. This guy, all he does is send me Zillow leads, or not Zillow leads, Zillow links. And he goes, hey, would you want this house? What's the motivation? What do you mean? His answer is, what do you mean? Okay. So I'm like, okay, dude, I'm so sorry. You need to go work with other people that are trained because I just don't have the time. Okay. So I need to work with people that at least know how to submit a deal to me. Right. When somebody submits a deal to me, I go, oh, you're not a student. I immediately know they're not a student. Immediately. Okay. So for us, I just said January 1st, I told my whole team, I go, if it doesn't come through a sub-2 student that is trained, we can't spend the time. Our time is becoming more and more and more precious. So if you want to do a deal with me, you got to go through one of my students. Like Dawn Walker just did a deal with me. And one of the baby elephants, the people who in here is a baby elephant. Baby elephant is somebody who's brand new. You're just starting out. You're in the elephant challenge. You're not a sub-2 student. You're not a gator. You're not a TC. You're just starting out. Okay. So if you're a baby elephant and you're just starting out and your nostril, what is that called? Your trunk is latched onto the elephant in front of you. You're trying to learn from other people. Then do deals with my sub-2 community. Okay. Do deals with them. And if they end up selling a deal to me, then by happenstance, we'll end up doing a deal together. Okay. Ed Mary says Dumbo. Sometimes I feel like Dumbo. Okay, cool. So has this part been helpful? This transaction coordination part. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love the transaction coordination opportunity. I think if I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm like, I want my husband to get out of his job, I think a transaction coordinator could make $100,000 to $300,000 a year fairly easy. Now, of course, you can't do anything by not working every day, but if you systematize and build your business, you can easily be a transaction coordinator and make 100, 150, 200, $300,000 depending on. Okay, let's make this zoom this in a little bit. All right, cool. Man, I got way off target with these. Okay. So 7 is transaction coordinator. Okay. Plus, I would say Astro. And I'll get to Astro in a little bit because that's a whole strategy by itself. Okay. Number 8 is Gator method. Boom. What I love about Gator method is you don't actually have to find any deals. You just benefit from everybody else's deals. Okay. Now I'm not going to go deep into Gator today. You guys can go on my YouTube. I've got, I think, Gator, like 3 or 4 videos on Gator on my YouTube channel. Okay. Who's a Gator in here? And how great is except today, I did lose my temper today at the end of the training today. Gator's amazing. There's a lot of people. There's actually, here's what we're teaching on in Gator. Okay. Gator 1.0 is EMD coverage. Okay. Gator 2.0 is transactional lending. Some of you guys, this is going to just go over your head. This is number 3 is sponsoring. Okay. I just did this with Angie Milanazzo. I saw her and Dom in here today, sponsoring somebody else's loan. Okay. I'm not going to go through all these, but there's a 4.0, there's a 5.0, and there's a 6.0. And I won't even get to teaching these strategies until like 2024 and probably these at 2025. Okay. So the Gator tribe is going to just learn a tremendous amount. And then what I'm also teaching the Gator tribe and sub 2 is I'm teaching as a bonus how to be a PML. And I think we're starting that next week. I'm bringing in securities attorneys and all sorts of stuff. Okay. How to be a private money lender, PML, private money lender. It's one of the next couple of avatars. Okay. I will pull that up in just a minute. So if you guys want to learn more about a Gator and what a Gator does, go to my YouTube channel. Pretty simple. I'm not going to pull it up. Luis Alvarez. Am I in the wrong group? I don't know, bro. What are you looking for? Where are you going? What are you doing? Can a gator get grandfathered into the sub 2 group? No. No. Luis, I don't know what you're saying, but let me ask you what you're asking. Luis Alvarez, what's up?
Hey, brother, how you doing again?
I'm really good. What's the question? I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
Okay, yeah. So I got into the Gator community, not really knowing what it was. I joined the group thinking that, and to be honest, I'm not even sure what the sub 2 is exactly, but I know that I wanted to get into the similar business that you're doing.
Gator is amazing. I will tell you that Gator is a very low price point. You get corporate credit with it. You go through. Have you gotten your corporate credit yet?
Yes, I spoke with someone from PCS today, and I set up the
amazing. So you're just kind of getting started.
yes, sir.
Okay, somebody in the Gator tribe, will you please reach out to Luis and kind of walk him through what he is in for, please?
I am watching the videos too on the curriculum as well.
Yeah, you'll catch up. You'll get it. Brian says he got you, buddy.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, brother. That's a good leader right there. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you.
Praise God. Amen.
Yes. All right. So, all right, cool. Does everybody, we're on the same page. If you want to go watch more Gator stuff, you can go watch. Here's what you'll learn on Gator. Here's what you'll learn on my YouTube video. You won't learn how to do any of this stuff, unfortunately. You will, and you won't get the paperwork, unfortunately. Okay. And you won't get live training, unfortunately. That's what you get when you join the Gator tribe. But when you go to my YouTube channel, it tells you what it is. Kind of the same in depth that I just walked through of like how transaction coordinators make money. On my YouTube channel, I talk about Gator method and how they make money, what it is. And it's a pretty spectacular business model. So go watch that. That's really cool. Okay. And in fact, that'll be some of you guys' homework for tomorrow. If you don't know what Gator method is, go to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe first and foremost. 81% of the 4 million views we get every single month, those people do not subscribe. So give me some love, man. Come on. Working hard for you guys. All right, so Gator method. That's number 8. Okay, Gator method. All right. Let's see here. Thank you. Thank you. For people that are saying, yes, click the notification bell. Okay. Now, here's the next one. You guys ready for the next one? You don't need cash to lend. You get corporate credit. That's where the cash comes from. We actually help you get corporate credit. We do not teach you to use your own money. Okay. All right. Next one is private money lender. Okay, so if you guys go back to this training today, remember Greg Herline came in here. Okay, a couple of questions for you guys. Who in here in the side chat, who in here actually has a, let's say you have $15,000 in capital to lend to somebody if they had a really great deal, okay? What about 25 grand? Now, if I ask the Gators how much money they have, you throw up how much money they have. Okay. Thank you, January. Appreciate you. Okay, cool. So you see how much money people have? So let's think about this. What's a better way to learn how to do real estate than being the lender on somebody else's real estate deal that they actually get? So check this out. You guys want to see my Slack channels? Here, I'll show you a couple of things. Let me switch over my microphone real quick. I know this microphone's way better, right? Like 1,000 times better. I'm sorry. I wish I could have both like working great. So let me show you something. Let me see my Slack channel. Okay, cool. So a Slack channel, Slack is a software that my team uses to communicate. So for example, wow, look how old that side chat is, 2020. Okay, so I've got some houses that are going on right now. These are like active deals, okay? And my team, you can see my team is in here communicating on them. So imagine if you were my private money lender on one of these deals and you got invited to one of my Slack channels. Look at one house, all the communication that goes on, the paperwork, my team going back and forth. Would you guys say that my team is pretty organized and we know what the hell we're doing? Look at my girl, Heidi. Holy smokes. Okay. So my wife is in here. Do you guys see me in here at all? Anybody see my name in here? What date it was bought, what the issues are. Here's the updates. Here's the utilities. Here's what's going on. Here's videos. Here's our HOA issues, the HOA blah, blah, blah. Here's us chipping out. Okay. Do you see my name in here anywhere? No, because I'm a business owner. I'm out finding deals. Remember, I'm a direct to seller visionary. My job is to go out and find deals. Should I be in here posting photos of the tile and what's going on in the house? Or should I be, Anthony Johnson says, what is this pace? Anthony, did you just join like 30 seconds ago? Wow, we got a lot of Anthony's in here. Holy moly. Oh, Anthony Johnston. Wow. We got like 15 Anthony's. What's up, Anthony? It's like crap. I'm going to get in trouble. I promise you won't get in trouble. Anthony. Anthony. He's like, crap, I'm trying to figure out how to use my phone. I'm driving and I'm ordering a burger at the same time. All right. So this is my Slack channel, guys. Slack is a software that I use. Okay. So you can see here's everything that's going on in sub 2. Here's everything that's going on in Manifest U. That's Gator. Everything that's going on in Affordable Homes LLC. Everything that's going on in American Home Offers. And then I have another Slack channel that's just all my personal properties. So my team is in here. I never come in here. My team is in here all the time. But my private money lenders, by the way, Samantha Bell, startvirtual.com is the name of the company. Startvirtual.com. Okay. So if you are a private money lender and you loan me money for these renovations, do you think you'd learn a thing or two about real estate? You think you'd learn a thing or two about how a team is supposed to operate? And more importantly, do you think you would make a monthly paycheck? Anson Rickard, no. Sub 2 is right here. Top. Manifest U is Gator. Okay. Different businesses. Okay. So every month, my private money lenders, people who lend money to me, get to be in my Slack channel with us and they see all the things. Has anybody in here, who's loaned money to me before? Who in here has loaned money to me before? Probably not a lot. There's a lot of new people in here. Okay. John says, how can we join your Slack channel? The only way you can join my Slack channel is by being a private money lender of mine. Okay. If you want to lend me money, go to investwithpace.com. Investwithpace.com. Okay. So January, that sucks. Well, you and I, you can loan money to me on the next deal. That sucks. I'm sorry. It's a great name though. January is a great name. Okay. Slack is a way that my team communicates. So we keep all the emails down. We keep the text messages down, all that kind of stuff. Verdon, do you think it would be smart for me to give my private money lender access to my entire Slack app, or probably better just to give them access to one house that they loaned money on? Right? Okay. So think about that. As a private money lender, you actually get a monthly check, right? You get a monthly check every single month. So I probably send out $100,000 a month in private money checks. So maybe becoming a private money lender is actually a really great way to get started. Emma Smith says, how much? Wow, that's the most Mormon name ever. Emma, are you Mormon? Tell me you're Mormon, please. Dang it. Emma Smith is like the most Mormon name I ever heard. I think Emma Smith was Joseph Smith's wife. Anyway. So how much money do you need to lend minimum? Emma, can I chat with you for just a second to answer that one? Get ready to figure out your phone situation. She's and I'm going to recruit you to becoming Mormon, by the way. You can't have a name like Emma Smith and not be Mormon. What the heck? Emma, you're unmuted. You there? Say something, Emma. All right. Well, you got something broken or something going on. So here's the thing. That question of how much money do I need to lend is a very diverse topic, because there's 1,000 different things you could lend money on. Okay. 1,000 different things you could lend money on. Kelly says loaded question, very loaded question. Thank you for pointing that out. Very, very loaded question. I was raised Mormon, but I left many years ago. Running back Emmett Smith. Yeah, Emmett Smith was not Mormon, I don't think. All right, I'm back on this other mic. I know it's not the most preferred, but I know it's not the most preferred, but we're going to stick with it. Okay, so if I'm a private money lender, okay, the great thing is everybody at the end of the day, you know what Jerry Norton wants to be when he retires? He wants to be a private money lender when he retires. Think about that. Okay. This is the person at the top of the totem pole. Okay. Some people are asking, what's the minimum to invest with PACE? If you are a sub-2 student, okay, you can invest with PACE as little as $1,000 on my multifamily deals. Okay. I will only let sub-2 students in on those deals. Okay. I have a dream that one day I will never call my sub-2 students. I will call them all partners. Okay, that's my goal. That's my dream. That's my vision. It's going to take a couple years to do that, but we will do that. We will do that. So private money lenders, they're passive. Okay, you don't have to find. Let me ask you a couple questions. Do you have to find the deal as a private money lender, guys? Okay, do you have to manage the deal as the private money lender? Do you have to talk to the contractors? Do you have to find the buyer? Oh, okay. So the private money lender literally just gets a check every single month, right? Okay, so maybe being a private money lender is a pretty great avatar if you have the capital to do it. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. Jerry Norton is like, I'm going to sell everything and just become a private money lender. Imagine if you had, I don't even want to throw out the numbers. Some of you guys are like, oh, that's not possible for me because y'all got mindset issues, but it is possible for you. Okay. I am a private money lender. All I'm going to use as my private money lending is I have $60,000 in my 401k through Horizon Trust. Okay, you guys saw Greg Herline come in from Horizon Trust. And then I have a $200,000 line of credit from PCS that I got through Gator. And this is all I really need. And between Gator and private money, last year I made $1.3 million turning my money, 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 turning my money. Okay. So there you go. There's a lot of money to be made in private money lending. Ricky Hines, I've already answered this question before. Ricky Hines, go into the sub 2 community. Okay, go into the sub 2 community and ask that question. That's a great question. How can I work for a TC? Emma Smith, great question. Can they hire me as a foreigner without a problem? Yeah, you can. They can hire you as a foreigner. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. All right. You guys ready for the next avatar? By the way, sub 2 community and Gator, this fall, I'm going to give you guys, there's a couple of people that teach private money lending. I think they charge like $25,000 for a private money lending mentorship. I am going to give you guys a full-on mentorship on private money lending for $0 this fall, on how to become a private money lender, how to raise private money, etc. That is happening this fall, just FYI. Okay. I want more of you guys having the ability to lend. Now, I've done a lot of private money lending training, by the way, but I'm going to do it like very organized, very structured, bring in amazing securities attorneys, all that kind of stuff. It'll be really great. Isn't it cool that sub 2 and Gator are like the gifts that just keep on freaking giving for like the rest of your lives? It's freaking sick. I love it too. Oh, you guys want to hear something super dope? This is happening really soon. So, I hired a family office. A lot of people don't know what a family office is, but you guys can Google this. I hired a family office to manage my capital and manage my money. And I'm going to pay them 10 grand a month to come in and do 2 Zooms a month for the community. And what they're going to do is talk about infinite banking. They're going to talk about whole life, IULs, charities, and they're going to show you guys how they manage my money and then answer questions to you guys 4 hours a month, all about money management, taxes, how to do it. Dude, it's going to be insane. Okay. Here, I'll show you. I'll show you proof of this. This is great. Let's see. Okay, check this out. If I haven't done enough for you, I'm going to spend 10 grand a month on you. Check this out. Pace, between me and Ryan, we can do 2 podcasts. They're not podcasts. It'll be lives for the community. 1.5 hours each for $10,000 a month. I feel that's fair for both of us. Let me know what your partner says, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I got to talk to my partner, obviously. Okay. So, sounds good. Tell Ryan, start coordinating. It's going to be fun. There you go. Boom. We're in. So $10,000 a month I'm going to spend. And by the way, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are learning infinite banking from people that are not actually using infinite banking for real estate purposes, then maybe you should learn from somebody else. My family office manages the average person's wealth that I'm not there, but the average person that they manage the wealth of is worth $100 million or more. And all of them use infinite banking. And Do Wealth, the company that I use for my family office, is going to come in and teach you how people that are worth $100 million are actually using infinite banking and not doing some bullshit that is like, yeah, do this, but they're not actually doing it themselves. They're going to show you how the other clients that are worth $100 million are actually using infinite banking. It will be unbelievable. Okay. Unbelievable. I told Sub 2 3 years ago when I started, I said, you will learn what I learn. And as I scale and spend money on my education, I'm going to bring it to you guys. And I want you guys to just be super equipped to be absolute gangsters. Okay. John says, Pace, can you tell us more about the process? How can we lend to Pace? Well, it depends on the deal. But if you're lending to me short term, like 6 months or less, I usually pay a 10 to 12% rate, depending on how much money you give. Okay. And if you invest with me long term and you become my partner, you actually just own the assets with me. Okay. I probably have, 200 investors in my multifamily deals that are partners with me. And so your return, I don't know what your return would be. I can't claim a return, but the average return for like a multifamily is probably between 15 and 22% IRR. Okay. Yes. Gators will be able to have access to the infinite banking as well. Okay. Gary Wine says, can you explain novation? No, but one of my clones can from my YouTube channel. Okay. Mike Hermano, could you imagine if I paid 10% per month? Oh my word. Okay. Impossible. It's 10 to 12% per year. IRR stands for internal rate of return. It's a stupid multifamily phrase. It's really, really stupid. Okay. Which program will have infinite banking? Both Sub 2 and Gator Tribe will get my bonus training on infinite banking with my family office. Okay. Okay, cool. Awesome. Anson Rickard says, I just did my first PML deal. That's awesome. Make sure you don't, when you're a private money lender, let me give you a couple tips. Don't lend money to people that are brand new. Make sure they have a JV partner. Don't ever wire money to people directly. Always wire money to a title company or closing attorney. Make sure you always have security. Make sure you do the paperwork properly. Make sure you have a transaction coordinator that is documenting all of that stuff itself. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Cecil says, bought your book. All right. I've gone 45 minutes late, but did I deliver today? Have I delivered today, guys? Amazing. I can hear my girls upstairs hooting and hollering, and I don't want to miss putting them to bed. That is priority number one. So I went 45 minutes longer than I planned. I hope this was really valuable for you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably go through the next 10 avatars very, very quickly. Hey, Carly, will you do me a favor? Carly, are you still here? Or are you gone? Poor girl. She's like, Pace, can you please freaking end this? She's like, yeah, I'm gone. Okay, guys, I will email you the avatar list. Okay, so everybody gets that. And you guys, yes, we will be using Privy tomorrow. We will be generating leads tomorrow. That is what we will be doing. Okay. Has anybody kind of started honing in? I've only gone through half the avatars, but has everybody kind of honed in on some of their avatars? Has it been helpful to give you a little bit more clarity of what you should be focusing on? Can you tomorrow go, how do I get started? Or would you say, I've chosen an avatar, what are my next steps? Okay. Change the vocabulary that you use. Stop telling people how do I get started? Start telling people, I've chosen my avatar. Okay. And now I'm the creative finance guy, right? Here's why creative finance is amazing, is because every single avatar is benefited from creative finance. Creative finance is the gasoline that amplifies every single avatar. Every single avatar is benefited from creative finance. Okay. Pretty amazing. What I will do tonight, guys, not tonight, but maybe tomorrow, I will have Carly email you guys the chat, and I will then have Carly email you also the avatar list. Okay, same time tomorrow, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. I'll probably go long on that. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go put my babies to bed, have a little bit of dinner, and kiss on my wife a little bit later.